Yo, SupremeDaalmighty back in the building. What's good, y'all? We got the homie Pryme Prolifik on the show tonight, you know what I mean? Shout out to the sponsors, the Snow Goons, Creative Juices Music, WesNihil International, Blaze 'em Up Radio, Smile with the Ghetto Child, Vinyl Frontier, the usual suspects, you know what I mean? I hope everybody's having a good week. We're going to be discussing that real hip-hop shit, you know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to everybody. Make sure to go cop that new Benny Holiday album. I have production on that, song called Infinity. We also got a video out on the Snow Goose channel, you know what I mean? Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings. Got a lot of dope shit, you know what I mean, dropping soon. A lot of albums I produce, etc., etc. Shout out to the homie Mars 1. Words is back, you know what I'm saying. SC Static, Dynasty Brothers. Got a lot of heat we dropping, you know what I'm saying. Word. Make sure to subscribe to the new YouTube channel, like I said before, because my other joint got hacked or some shit, so. Word. Yo, Pryme, hit that request button, fam. Yo, peace. Like, yeah, peace and blessings to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Word. Once again, shout out to everybody that's be supporting the show. You know what I'm saying? Word. Be sure to check out the new Rap Almighty Dirt Platoon joint from Big Bob. WesNihil International, you know what I'm saying? Check out the new Smile with the Ghetto Child. If you're looking for dope ass samples, make sure to check out the Vinyl Frontier website, you know what I'm saying? Want some records spin, hit up Blaze 'em Up Radio. We got multiple connects, you know what I'm saying? Multiple connects. But word. Just waiting for the homie to hop in here. Yo, you hit that request button, bro. You know what I'm saying? Word. Yup. Hope everybody having a good week. You know what I'm saying? I know that post I just made was a little, you know what I mean? Not my usual MO, but just real quick, just to put it out there for everybody, because I support everybody's pages and shit, and I'm getting real fucking tired of supporting people's pages and they don't support my shit back. Because we all supposed to be together. We're supposed to be a community of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? So fuck the ego shit, let's all work together, and that's that. Plain and simple, you know what I mean? Ain't no hating the fucking air. I support everybody, I love everybody, you know what I mean? Ain't no hating the fucking air, you know what I mean? I'm tired of the snake shit, feel me? You?
Peace, what's good?
What's good, bro?
Chilling, how you doing, fam?
Doing good. Rough ass week, but you know what I'm saying? It's how it is when you work full time.
I hear that shit, man. I fucking worked like 63 hours this week.
Yo, that sounds about right on my shit. Word. But yo, it's good to finally meet you though, face to face. You know what I'm saying? This shit.
Yes, sir.
Word, man. And I know you was looking forward to this shit as much as I was. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all love, straight up.
Yes, sir. We finally got to do a joint, you know what I'm saying? Me, you, and Words. And now we're here, you know what I'm saying? About like a month later, you know, this shit is fire, bro.
Word. Shout out to the homie Words is back, you know what I'm saying? I got a whole, for those that don't know the backstory to me and Pryme, the homie Words is back. Me and him got a whole album, or EP, I don't know what you want to really call it, but I produced a whole EP for him, album, and Pryme is on it as a feature and shit. Oh man, shit is fucking dope. I don't know when we're releasing it, because the homie's doing some shit right now. But yeah, that shit is fucking crack, straight up and down. So that's a little backstory to that. But tonight it's all about you. We're gonna get into you know what I'm saying? Talk about some of the joints you did. You know what I'm saying? Hit you with some trivia, keep you on your toes and shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I figure we start off with just some basic background shit for those that may not know about you or know of you. So how did you come up with the name Pryme Prolifik? I have a hard time saying.
I've read a lot of rhymes, you know what I'm saying? And fucking that's being prolific, producing a powerful offspring, you know what I'm saying? And just working at my craft, being in my prime, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always constantly trying to elevate, you know, trying to get to that next level.
I hear you. That's what's up. How long you been spitting bars for, yo?
It's about to be 30 years, you know what I'm saying? About 29 years. I started when I'm 13. I'm about to be 43 years old.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you definitely an OG in the game. That's what's up. Much respect to you then. That's dope.
Yes, sir.
Word.
And I know we've been talking, and I know you've been in it for like 27 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that we love to do. You know, we take this shit serious, man. This is like a business right here.
It is, but it's a culture to me. You know what I mean? I live and breathe this shit as much as anybody that's real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to the homie Jice One. You know what I'm saying? This shit is in my veins, bro. Like I live and breathe hip hop. I wake up to hip hop, go to sleep to hip hop. Like, this is what we do. But as far as the business aspect, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We want to eat. We don't make money off this hip hop shit. I mean, let's keep it a fucking buck. We do not become rich off of hip hop. Nah. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you can live comfortably off of it, have your bills paid, and out off of this shit, it's worth it. But are you really willing to sell your soul for this shit? You know what I'm saying? You see how a lot of motherfuckers be online and shit. Like, this shit is mad phony. Like, me personally, I don't make money off this shit. Keep it a buck. You know what I mean? A couple people support it by donating some money here and there, but I don't make money off this shit. And honestly, I'm cool with that because, you know what I mean? My soul is intact. You know what I'm saying? My brain is intact, so I don't got to worry about bringing on no bullshit acts and, you know what I'm saying, flipping the script and doing all the funny shit. But honestly, I'm cool with it because I get to meet people like you. You know what I'm saying? I get to meet real hip-hop heads that love this shit and breathe this shit, not just talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor to be able to do shit like this. I'm not the biggest platform in the world, but who gives a fuck?
It's what it's all about. You know, it's about connecting, elevating, you know what I'm saying, creating. And that's what we're going to keep on doing. You know, we do this for the love. Money comes here and there. It's not enough to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might buy a hat. It might buy a fucking shirt. You know what I'm saying? It might buy a pair of kicks. You know? For the most part, I bust my ass and work. You know, like I said, 63 hours a week. You know, I was in the studio with my team last night, you know, like risking sleep. And you know, as far as the business wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like things like that, like different sacrifices that we make, you know what I'm saying? Like, might lose sleep at a train station in Boston, you know, like it's crazy, bro, you know?
Yeah, I already know how that be. Trust. I know how that shit be. I had to calm a lot of that shit down, yo. I used to travel a lot, go to different cities, towns, and states, and you know what I'm saying? But as you get older, you have to come to the terms of the fact that it ain't worth it. A lot of it may not be worth it. A lot of it is not beneficial. It might sound selfish as fuck to say that, but you know what I mean? We too old to be traveling and just watching the same rappers over and over and over and doing certain things over and over and over. But then you paying. You know what I mean? I was discussing with my brother earlier at UT about this shit, and honestly, yo, like, on some real shit, I feel like I don't mind paying to support people. I don't mind it. That's not the problem. The problem is if I'm paying to get in the door to support y'all, and it's always the same people, it's always the same things. It's like, what's the point of doing that? We could all just kick it in the backyard and do the same shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, just keeping it real. I mean, because some of us have to travel hours. You know what I mean? I used to travel 3 hours, 6 hours to get to venues and shit. And people would be sitting there acting kind of greedy about shit like, oh, well, that's not, you're not doing enough. It's like, the fuck you talking about? If I work all fucking week, you know what I mean? If I work 13-hour days and I'm spending 6 hours out my day to go support you, what do you mean that's what do you mean that's not enough? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of, you're doing it a bit much, man. Like, I don't mind buying albums and records and supporting or streaming and shit, but a lot of these shows, man, is just, it's the same people over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even, honestly, real shit, I'm not even trying to pay top dollar to go see some of these legends. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So why would I want to spend $20 to go see someone that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense to do that. Like, there needs to be more involved into it. There needs to be more community in it. There needs to be more this and that. Like, I used to love going to shows and shit, but it's just not where it is anymore. Now you got this virtual reality shit too, where you don't even gotta leave your fucking home. You can just sit there and be, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think we just, as a hip hop community, we need to find better ways to push the music, but at the same time being supportive of each other. And like I just said before you hopped in here, I feel like a lot of fucking people be like, support, and then you go and support their shit, and they don't support back. Ain't nobody got time for that fucking shit. Like, I'll sit there and go on all the motherfucking shows. I go on somebody else's show in the chat room, support the shit out of their shit, but then they won't hop in my shit, or they won't push my shit. And it's like, you know, like, how you know, what am I supposed to feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's not what hip hop's about. We support each other, we hold each other down and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's me anyways, though. Like, you know what I mean? If someone hits me up and they're a dope artist, I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna bring you on, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you the opportunity to shine. So we need more of that shit in the hip hop community. There's a couple of shows that I respect, like you know what I'm saying? So I'm just putting that out there about that hip hop shit. Me and you was talking about that the other day and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like I came up with, like, you know, like, I go do a show, you know what I'm saying? I might see one of my peoples in the crowd, I might pull them up on stage, you know what I'm saying? Like, a dude comes and supports, I might put them on stage, you know? Like, I got a lot of homies that their names hold weight, you know what I'm saying? If there's another one of my mans to the left or right of me, I'm gonna introduce them, you know what I'm saying? And try to make that connection. If they make that connection at the end of the day, that's on them, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I try to look out for as many people as I could, you know what I'm saying? I give people the fucking shirt off my back, you know what I'm saying?
Word. Same, yeah, same. You know what I mean? I'll even buy people's albums that I have production on, just to pay support, just to pay the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what real hip hop heads do. It's just, you know, something's gotta get, man. Like, at the end of the day, because I'm not on the social media shit like that. Like, I'm on here like maybe twice a day of that, because I work all fucking day, and then the weekends it's try to be family time. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my life and shit. So in between all that, you know what I mean? Like we need more support, more sharing, more likes, and you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, not even, fuck the likes. Likes don't even matter. Sharing is what's important, because if you share my shit on your page on the stories, people see that shit. But you click the like button, I mean, it's a form of support, but it's really not pushing. That's a new form of word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it's supposed to be. So we need more of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my perception of this hip hop shit on all this. But anyways, that's just to clarify how I feel about this social media shit and the hotline. I'm grateful to have this outlet, or whatever you want to call it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's so much talent out there, yo. You're one of them. Like, like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, Words put me on to you. I didn't know who you were. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't know who you was, and so he was like, "Yo, the homie Pryme, I have his verse on your shit." I was like, "I bet." I listened to it. I was like, "Yo, this cat's nice." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh shit." Word, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know who you was. And then when me and you chopped it up and you was telling me you knew my people from my area, I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Word.
That's, you know what I'm saying? That's real fucking crazy. And it's a small world and shit, you know what I mean? So, but honestly, man, you're a fucking dope lyricist, man. Like I'll be checking out a lot of your shit. I'll be checking out how people support you. You need more support on some real motherfucking shit because you deserve it. Like you got bars, man, and you got a unique style too. You got a real unique style, man. I ain't never heard your style before. Like it's like it's gritty. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking gritty, bro. Like when I heard your shit on the fucking Words is Back shit, yo, pace one, piece. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo, man, I was like, this kid's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you make beats. I didn't know that until after the fact because you know what I'm saying. When I heard you rhyming and shit, I didn't know you made beats. And you got production too, man. Shit, fucking one man army, bro.
Yo, a lot of people in the chat. Salute to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do produce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the group called Invaders of the Universe. You know. And, you know, I don't really put my production out there too much, you know what I'm saying? Once in a while here on, like, IG, you know what I'm saying? Once in a while on, what's it called, on Facebook. And, you know, like, being with the Invaders, you know, like, I just actually produced one of our next upcoming singles, you know, so that was pretty dope, you know? Especially because there's a bunch of joints with us on there, you know what I'm saying? A joint with me, Billy Ballantyne, Misk, and Chrome, and you know, like I got to put my production. You know what I'm saying? A couple of us produce and shit like that. You know, I saw Fat Boy Sharif in here before me, and Fat Boy. I've done some production with Fat Boy Sharif and my boy Knowledge. You know, yo, shout to Our True Story, shout to Pace One. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, salute to everybody. Jersey in the building. You know, but yeah, I love to produce, you know what I'm saying? But it's more like kind of like, you know, something that I love to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't really put it out there like that, you know. In the future, I definitely am going to be putting it out there more, you know what I'm saying? Besides just rhyming. So, shout to Tone Live.
You should. You definitely should, man. Like you got skills, man. Like you should definitely. That's not something you should keep in the vault. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something you should push out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you'd be surprised how many people would actually respect the shit out of you and want to hop on your beats too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope. And Invaders of the Universe. When I heard that name, I was like, yo, that's a dope ass fucking hip hop name, yo.
Word.
Straight up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
My boy Miss came up with that name, and if you see the spaceship, right? Like, not too many people know this. But the spaceship, like, motherfuckers are attracted to that shit. And when you look at the spaceship, it actually says IOU. Not many people recognize that, you know? So it's kind of almost like if you look at the FedEx sign, the motherfucking arrow pops out and shit like that. You know, it's crazy. And when I tell people that shit, they go crazy, you know? Like, it's nuts, man.
Yo, I work for FedEx. When someone pointed that shit out to me, bro, I was like, yo, that's crazy. I ain't never noticed that shit. I drive that shit for 2 years, bro. I ain't never thought about that shit until someone said that shit. I seen it. I was like, yo, that's wild. But that shit dope, man. I like the movement though, man. Because I was listening to what y'all was posting and shit. And fuck it, it's dope. I like it. It's not the usual. It's definitely a whole nother flavor and shit. So definitely looking forward to what else y'all gonna be dropping and shit. But like, as far as you go though, man, you got some dope singles from what I was listening to with shit. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And that's why I was asking you if you got something in the future that you like more what you call it, coming out like soon, because I'm interested to hear, because you got, they're saying the Lab Rats and shit, My Life, you know what I mean? You got a couple singles and shit. They're a little older, but still hit. They still bang. So, you know what I mean? For those that don't know, check out the Pryme Prolifik. I don't know why I have a problem saying this shit. Prolific fucking page. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is dope, man. And Invaders of the Universe. Make sure to follow them too and shit. Now, I had some questions I wanted to ask you and shit, you know what I mean? Just to get a better in-depth of who you are as an MC, as a person, as a whatever you know what I'm saying? So who were some of your favorite artists growing up listening to that kind of made Pryme who he is now?
So I ain't gonna say this shit because he's in the chat room, but definitely Pace One and the Outsiders as Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like Redman. You know, like I get the comparisons all the time, so I'm gonna say Pun and Joe. You know, like the Arsonist, not because he's in the room. This is the shit that I listen to. You know, like Necro, Ill Bill, Nonfiction, Jedi Mind Tricks. You know, like fucking the Cellar Dwellers. You know what I'm saying? Like I could go on. You know, like all these artists. Early M, D12. All that rugged shit, man. You know, the rugged shit that we came up on, that golden era shit. I mean, that's what I love it, you know, and I've been fortunate to be around a lot of them circles, man.
No, I feel you. Yo, Jersey's the shit. You know what I'm saying? I had a previous conversation with artists, plenty of artists from Jersey too. And y'all get slept on. Even though it shouldn't even be a thing because y'all got so many dope lyricists out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And Pace One, you know what I'm saying, the Outsiders. We had Young Z on the show, and we was talking about the similar shit too. You know what I'm saying? And that would have sense Artifacts, man. Y'all got so much fucking heat out there in Jersey, man.
Yeah, the Tame. It sucks, man. Rest in peace, Tame. I had such a dope picture of Tame behind me DJing at one of the events. It was Raw formed in Newark, New Jersey with DJ Rhino, DJ Porn. DJ Porno, you know what I'm saying? Man, Jersey used to have some sick shit going on at the Armory Tavern, you know, like the shit was fire, bro. They used to play break beats and we just used to freestyle for hours, man. You know, do live shows. And, yo, you had to fucking sharpen your skills to go there, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers is spitting some shit out there. You know, another thing, like I could say, like, you know, like I've worked with a lot of my favorite artists, you know, on the love tip, you know, and a lot of my favorite artists that I've ever worked with will never probably be fucking heard, you know, like that's one dope ass thing about this music, you know, like some people keep it to themselves. You know, I've been in ciphers where people just fucking melted the microphone and walked away. And I never heard of that person again, like, kind of like a fucking ghost. Crazy shit.
Word. That's crazy. It's funny you said the arsonist too, because even though Jice's family is shit, yo, I still say it to this day, man. He's fucking sick. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Straight up and down. So I'm not saying that, like you said, I'm not saying that because he's in here, but me, yo, yeah, Jice.
Nah,
that's the
like,
homie
you
right
know,
there.
like, you know, shout to my boy Steel Ohim, you know, like I don't know Jice like that, but like I be around some of these dudes, and some of these dudes are good friends of mine, you know, like, and it's dope, like, you know, like they fucking, yo, 14 years of rap, like, you know, like I said last time in the chat room, you know, like that shit was a fucking influential record, you know, when Bobito was like fucking hosting that shit in the beginning with all the graffiti, like that shit like just put chills, like that's hip hop. That's hip hop to me, you know, like before that record even comes on, that fucking introduction is hip hop.
Yo, facts.
That's hip hop to me right there.
Facts. I told the brother Jice too. I was like, yo, man, I was so hoping you was gonna spin around on all that hair and shit. You know what I mean? Do the ill break dance and popping and locking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Word. Yeah, that shit was dope. Shout out to the homie fucking Gore-Tex, Lord Goat too, because yo, like I said, I felt like Jice and fucking Lord Goat was, their verses were like fucking, yeah. I like how they came in with it, like it was ill. But yeah, yo, like there's so many dope groups, man. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like Hip Hop's we kind of taking it back and should be snatching it up from all this fake bullshit. And it's a blessing because we've been talking about this for years for the hip hop scene to kind of come back with the authentic, or you know what I'm saying, the authentic shit. And we finally getting there. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Because I'm starting to slowly hear less and less bullshit in the streets, and I'm starting to see less and less people sharing bullshit. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe because I'm not following certain people. I don't know, but I kind of block out all that other bullshit. Every once in a while, I see a little trap shit kind of slip in, and that shit gets blocked.
Yeah, that's I'm not
You know
like,
what I'm
yo,
saying?
like one thing, like, yo, like, shout out to Details. That brother's nice. But one thing, like, yo, I'm not like a very, like, I don't listen to trap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to sound like I'm, like, you know, closed-minded or nothing like that. I don't listen to trap. I heard that little Baby record. I forget the name of it. He was actually, like, talking some deep shit. I think it was called The Bigger Picture. But for the most part, you know, like, maybe once in a while I could listen to, like, one dope beat here and there. But for the most part, like, that's not coming. You know, like, I try to, like, stray the kids away from that shit. I'm like, look, if you could do that shit and appeal to your age group, I'm like, you could do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got to spit some fucking bars. Like, take a Biggie record and flip it. You know what I'm saying? Or go find a fucking producer and flip it. You know, like, a lot of these kids coming up, the only thing that they have is going on YouTube and finding the instrumental. You know what I'm saying? And to me, like, that's just, it's a carbon copy. You know what I'm saying? It's being a clone. You know, like, these dudes aren't going out there and getting producers to, you know, like, hook them up with dope beats and, you know, write their own fucking lyrics. And, you know, like, they're just copying what they're doing, you know? And maybe 1 out of a million will make, like, an impact in the game. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize that these other artists are, like, one of a kind. Like, Drake might be Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nicki Minaj might be Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are one of a kind artists, you know? But then you get the people that just follow that shit and replicate that and replicate it, and then it becomes a goddamn fucking snowball effect.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I mean, I'm the same. I'm not really close-minded to it. Like, I'll listen to it. I'll give it a chance, man. But it's just, I feel like when you're stuck in your, maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe when you're stuck in your ways, it's like it's for a reason. You know what I mean? When you got a gut instinct about shit, sometimes you gotta go with your gut instinct. So if I'm hearing a motherfucker out here talking about flashing money, it's this and that, and you know what I'm saying, they doing all this funny ass shit, it's like, stay in your lane. That's cool. Stay in your own motherfucking lane. You know what I'm saying? But don't call it hip hop, because you're putting a bad name out for us. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when people want to hire us to perform at their shows and we say we're hip hop, first thing they're gonna think is, yo, these dudes are gonna show up in some weirdo shit, some fucking Uggs or some fucking, you know what I'm saying, some weird shit, because of the fucking cult and the way that the following was. But it's not. So stay in your lane. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But it's also when people come in my inbox, you know what I'm saying, and be like, check out my shit, and this shit is all trap music, I'll be like, nah, I'm not fucking with it. Like, no offense to you or nothing. It's just, that's not what the show is about. This is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And they get all butthurt by it, and it's like, cool, take that shit somewhere else, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Like, that shit don't bother me. I'm not worried about you and your trap music and you fucking flossing your rental ass diamonds and shit. Get the fuck out of my inbox. It's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's where it becomes the problem, is when they're associating themselves as hip hops. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop heads. Yep. You're not a hip hop head. If you don't know who the fuck Rakim is, don't call yourself a hip hop head. I'm sorry. You had no right to, you know what I'm saying? But as for their own music, it is what it is. I mean, most of the time, I'm not gonna front, some of the trap beats are interesting. Like, they have a quality to it. Like, say if we were to put you on a trap beat per se, it might sound dope because the beat is dope. But them rapping over this shit is a whole nother fucking, a whole other thing.
Shit, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I think what a dope lyricist, for instance, is Ill Conscience out of Baltimore, and I feel like you could throw Ill Conscience on anything. You know what I'm saying? And like that just had to stick in my brain. Like, you know what? Maybe if we were to rap on these trap beats, we could show these little niggas how to rap. And then we can show them what to write and what to actually do, instead of us just saying, fuck your music. Maybe if we stepped on the scene and really showed them how to do shit, maybe they would have a better appreciation for what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate when people associate us with the old head mentality, because I grew up listening to the 60s music, 70s music. You know what I mean? I listened to my parents' music and I didn't hate it. So you can't say it's an old head mentality. It's just at the end of the day, your music is just, and your dressing is just, I don't know what to say about it. I'm not dressing, and I'm not putting on the motherfucking dress, and I'm not doing any of that weird shit. Like, y'all want to do that, that's y'all own thing, but as soon as you step on stage talk rapping about guns, you wearing a dress.
Yeah.
Like how's that?
How does
that look?
You better watch out for them motherfuckers. They crazy.
Yo, word.
They crazy.
Facts. Yo, before we get off coast here, let me get back to you though, because like I said, this is your night to shine and shit. So yeah, so I wanted to ask you some just basic questions and shit, like, you know what I mean, see what your answers are, and like what you feel about certain things, kind of like trivia. Like I tell people, I call it trivia.
Gotcha.
So who would you pick, Nas or Jay-Z? Nas. Okay. I like that choice. Now,
like, nah,
can you?
Yo, Jay got some shit, but sometimes he just be throwing words together. Nas like got some fucking dope concepts. You know what I'm saying? Like he got that fucking. I mean, they both got like the style. You know what I'm saying? But Nas is like more smooth and fucking. He be killing it. Yo, shout to Sarcastic, Witchcraft. Shout to Mr. Blue. I just want to make sure I shout out everyone, Miskin Chrome. And shout to SupremeDaalmighty for having me up here. But yo, Nas got it, bro. You know. He might
yo,
be
peace.
My boy Sean up in here too. Peace, Sean.
Peace to everybody. Make sure to follow Pryme. That ain't following him, follow me. You know what I'm saying? For more hip hop content and shit. Now to elaborate a little more, or to get more further into that conversation, if you were to compare Nas's Illmatic to Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, you feel Illmatic overtakes in that situation?
Shit. I mean, I'd probably take a handful of both of them, but yeah, I think it would probably trump Reasonable Doubt. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna have to go listen back to both of them shits, you know, because they're both good albums.
Mm-hmm. I mean, me personally, I listen to Illmatic once a day. I know it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to do that, but I do. I can't not listen to it once a day. So like, I just, as far as lyricist goes, in my personal opinion, lyricism goes, I feel like Illmatic is better than Reasonable Doubt. Only because I feel like Reasonable Doubt's a little more shiny, I guess you could say, compared to the Illmatic album. I mean, but both have, it's, you know what I'm saying, both are dope. But Illmatic, lyrically, I feel like Nas' Memory Lane, his vocab on that shit smashed. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then Halftime, I mean, just the wordplay, the fucking, you know what I mean? The bars, it's just heavy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have to pick Illmatic. I mean, if, you know what I'm saying? That's my...
I had to tell my boy Star in here, if he's still watching, I was like telling him, because I was like, where he's like, rappers on Monkey Flip, but he's like, nah, he ain't saying that. So we had to like go back and listen to the song, and we were like rewinding and shit like that, and catching the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit that you just like, you know, like it slips your mind and some shit you haven't heard that shit for years. So like, yo, we be up in the shop just listening to dope records and shit like that, and it's fire, you know, good time.
Yo,
Nas definitely over Jay-Z, you know, like I think like longevity wise, you know what I'm saying? Like the difference of the quality of albums that he had, you know, like, I mean, both of them, their albums both like kind of fell off at certain points and shit like that. But you know, like as far as like Illmatic and fucking It Was Written, because I told you It Was Written was one of my favorite Nas albums. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was very versatile. I thought it was very lyrical. I feel like he had tracks for like everybody on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what makes a dope classic album. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like Outkast, Sequemini, you know what I'm saying? It got something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like they got spaced out shit. They got Chunky Fire, which is fucking rock and roll. They got fucking dope ass hip hop shit. They got people singing on that shit. They got poets on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So that's what was dope about It Was Written to me. You know what I'm saying? So Like, I think that fucking Nas is just dope. He's a dope fucking lyricist. I think he got better songs. I think he formulates his bars better. I think Jay-Z be saying a bunch of nonsense sometimes. It just sounds fucking dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I called his album kind of shiny, because it wasn't all the way gritty. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it was very catchy. A lot of it was, you know what I'm saying? But then the Illmatic is like, it was just in your face constantly. It was a real project anthem, I would have to say, just because of all the shit he put together in it. And it was very smart. What he was saying in every track was very smart, and it really pertained to New York. Like, I feel like it set the bar for New York when he dropped that shit. But both are dope albums, though. Don't get it twisted. So another question I want to ask you is, which do you prefer, freestyling off the head or battles?
I prefer freestyling off the head. You know, like, I've been involved in both. Like, battles are nerve-wracking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could go right now and go perform in front of 200 people and I'll be good. You know, I won't be nervous. I'll be good to hop on that stage and rip it. If I'm, like, battling and I got to memorize all the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? And also, like, there's been times that I've been sick at one of the battles, so I had to go off the top. So now I'm going against someone that's writing, you know what I'm saying? It's still holding my own, you know, but freestyling is dope, you know, like, I've been in the EO Dub fucking challenge and shit like that, where you gotta, like, pull shit out of the grab bag and rhyme about whatever the fuck you're pulling out of the grab bag, and you gotta be on fucking point, you know. I just did a grindmodecypher in Brooklyn, and they had Supreme bars there, you know what I'm saying? And that's a dope ass event where, like, they got different producers, like, making the beats on the spot and flipping samples, and, like, dudes doing the same type of shit as EO Dub, you know. But End of the Week has been around for a long fucking time, and, like, the dude Big Zoo, who was on the Immortal Technique album, you know what I'm saying? That dude is nasty as fuck at freestyling. I'm nice, but that dude is nasty as fuck. Like, there's a lot of dudes that are fucking nasty as hell. But I prefer off the top, and I definitely have respect for battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, them battlers are nasty.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love freestyle. I used to do the side A to side B, like, all off the head shit. So, like, I always loved doing that. Battling, I used to battle on stage. I used to battle in person before we had the pre-meds battles and all that new era shit, whatever you want to call it. No disrespect to that, but, you know what I mean? I was from the real shit, the real ciphers, where you battle each other off the head and knock each other's shoes, knock each other's clothes, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely like to freestyle off the head, though, because the battles used to get a little kind of, you know what I mean? Somebody about to get slapped tight shit because somebody says some other shit, and, you know what I'm saying? It kind of just ruined the vibe sometimes, but definitely the freestyle off the head and shit. I was going to ask you, since you're a producer and you rhyme, which do you love to do more of? Do you love to produce more, or do you like to rhyme more?
I like to rhyme more. I like to put words together. I like to flip the different words, you know. I like to, sometimes I'd be just saying simple shit, but it might be a different meaning to you than me, you know? Like, so I think that's dope. Kind of like simple double entendres that, like, fucking talking about orbiting in a spaceship might be chewing gum in the studio. You know what I'm saying? But y'all might not catch that shit, you know? Like, it might be simplistic, man, but I'm spitting it from a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? Or just saying different fucking punchlines that y'all might not get, but it's just simplicity. You know, like, the simple. Just
no doubt.
Crazy shit, man. And then fucking a lot of the people like Pryme and Misk, you know what I'm saying? I've been rhyming with Pryme and Misk a lot lately. Or if I'm rhyming with Starcastic, who's a fucking legend from the group fucking Metaphor. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers make me fucking step my game up. Or if I'm rhyming next to Pace One on a track, or, like, I gotta fucking bring my A game for these motherfuckers. You know, I can't be spitting bullshit. I can't be mumbling, you know? Shout out to my homie Tone Live. I can't be, like, mumbling next to some of these dudes.
You just feel you on that. My side of it is, like, I feel like I put the rhyming, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it's easier for me. Like, You know what I mean? I'm not trying to brag. It's just more, just my perception is I can write a verse in 5-10 minutes, and a lot of it is a lot of vocab, it's a lot of punchlines, and whatever. It's fun, but I feel like my heart kind of goes into production. I don't know why. Just what I'm saying, hearing the melodics and the snares and everything collab with each other was kind of more of my thing. That's kind of why I stopped rhyming too, because I love production. I love hearing other people rap over my shit.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that though, because what I'm saying, you dope in both, but that's good to know that you prefer to rhyme and shit. But
I
like
got 7 of your joints in my fucking email right now. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta sift through them. I listen to them. I just want to make the right choice. I've been more selective of what I've been rhyming over, and been trying to make more of the right choice, because I like to rhyme to anything. Once I hear that drum, the 4-count drums and the sample, like I just get fucking like to the point where even when I sit in my room, I just make like a loop, and I just like to fucking freestyle and fucking like it's kind of like almost like I make beats to entertain myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, but
it's more personal. Exactly like how you just said it. If that's what it feels like to me, it's like beats are more personal, because it's more of a I can't say it's a full reflection of yourself, because rhyming is also a reflection of yourself, because it's your words and it's your train of thought. You know what I'm saying? But with the production, it's like, I don't even know how to explain. I know what you're saying. I agree with that. You know what I mean? I used to just make beats for myself, but then when people start liking this shit, I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? As for the beats I sent you though, bro, I got like thousands on deck, bro. So you don't even got, if you ain't feeling those, I got thousands and thousands of beats
there's
sitting
like
on the fucking
2
computer.
that I'm feeling, but it's like kind of like a group. Like, I've been finding out like even when I produce, you know what I'm saying? Like that 86 BPM is like my fucking like my sweet spot. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet spot, right? Mm-hmm.
Like that 86. So a little bit of them were like fucking super fire, and I could catch them. You know what I'm saying? So I have 2 that I picked out. You know what I'm saying? But I want to maybe listen to 1 or 2 that are maybe a little bit slower or more grimy or gritty. You know what I'm saying? And really like fucking, we'll get some dope ass fucking shit flowing. You know what I'm saying? But if not, I do got 2 on there that were fucking super fire. So,
yeah, I can make a whole selection of 86 BPMs. I said, cause like my brother LUT said, bro, like he was like, cause saying years back, I was doing that fucking Griselda shit, that fucking 82, 85s and shit, and you know what I'm saying, and I was like, damn, I should have kept doing that shit up to this point, but I stopped doing it because it's like I had so many beats that were just fucking that slow. So I started up tempo and shit. And then when I started working with Words, he liked the up tempo ish type shit. So I said, all right, so here's some up tempo shit. But if you like the slow shit, I kind of like the slow shit too, because I feel like you can fit in more punchlines and metaphors in between the snares and the drums when it's a little bit slower. When it's a little bit faster, it's more based on your flow, I guess you could say, in some shape or form. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely hear that. I could pass you some shit like that though. I just gotta dig in the archives.
I got
I was gonna ask you too.
with a homie that I came up with 2 brothers named Joe Frazier and Mike Lord, which is AKA Iron Mike Sharp, and he did that Erie joint for me. And like that's just like the groove that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking like rhymey, melodic, and it got them hard fucking drums. And like you said, a lot of us, we've been doing that Griselda shit way before Griselda has, and that's no hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been doing that shit. Like I've been doing that shit before Rock Marciano with the no drums. You know what I'm saying? and to be fun, like something funny about, because I'm not talking shit, I'm not hating, I'm not saying like I did it first, and I'm not saying there wasn't anyone that did it first, but my boy used to come over, and he was a dope fucking producer, you know what I'm saying? But he used to make the samples without the drums. Maybe it's some like Dilla shit, you know what I'm saying? And like they would be dope, and he's like, I'm like, yo, can you put some drums over it? And he's like, nah, man, like that's it, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna waste our session, so we would be there and with the fucking digital 8-track and fucking the shitty microphone fucking recording, you know what I'm saying, before Pro Tools.
Word.
You know, doing shit over that type of shit, you know, like, and then fucking like it became a trend. You know, I never put the shit out there, so I'm not saying like nobody copied, but that shit eventually became a trend. You know, like still to this day, it's, you know, a lot of people do that shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we all experimented with all that shit. We just, you know what I mean? No one really put it out like that because we just whatever type, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, I did a lot of that too. Like, when I used to use the music generator off the PlayStation 2 and shit.
Yeah,
and I used to just...
That's the first thing too, bro.
You know what I mean? No drums on my systems, all melodics and shit. And I used to rap over this shit. And then I heard niggas years later doing that shit. I was like, damn. I'm like, yo. I was like, that's dope though. I'm glad that shit became a thing. I was like, but I don't know if I want to do that anymore.
You know what I'm saying? The passion of it. I got a dope ass producer at a Perth Amboy. I don't know if he's really doing too much of the beats. He probably definitely does, but he goes by Nemesis, bro. And he's done like albums with like fucking Ren Thomas and fucking like this kid, like he did a lot of my earlier joints. This kid used to like do his shit on like acid and like basically would like, you know, fucking put the drums down like in layers, bro, like in waveforms, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how the fuck do you do this shit? And he would actually have like the sample, like as if the way that we bang shit out, you know what I'm saying? He would have the fucking samples and then he would have the drums, and he wasn't using a pad or nothing like that. Unless if he was using the keyboard, but he was like basically putting the samples together, like layering them like drums, and the shit would sound fucking fire, like fucking like quality, like very quality shit, you know what I'm saying? Yo, my man right there, Anthony Baff from Mr. Blue, he makes fire ass beats too.
Or salute.
Him got
you
shit. Yo, we got a lot of shit coming out, you know what I'm saying? The Goonie Goombas movement, you know, he's upstate in Utica. IOU Invaders, we got a lot of shit coming out, you know what I'm saying? But man, like, you know, like, yo, like everybody got their own technique and it's dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, do you record it all? Like, do you record it and do sessions?
You mean like actual recording, or you mean like
yeah,
oh,
like people?
Nah, I haven't. Yeah, I don't do anything like that. Like I used to do all that shit, but I just stick with the beats. I mean, I wanted to rap on a couple people's albums. WordsisBack, I want to hop on his album, Mars One. But I don't personally, I don't have the patience for it, man. You know what I mean? Like if I had somebody to sit there and click the shit for me, that'd be cool. But doing it solo kind of was annoying because as a kid, I always did one takes. I didn't do this punching shit. It was always one take.
Yeah.
Everything was one take and go back and do a one take for the ad-lib. So, you know what I mean? All this new shit is kind of weird to me, the punching, because I feel like it takes away the emotion to what you're spitting as you're doing it sometimes. So, you know what I'm saying? So, if I had someone to do that for me, though, I fucking go right in the motherfucking studio, bro. I got motherfucking bars just waiting. You know what I'm saying? But
the way that I do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to write on the spot, like, sometimes. I like to write, and I like to record, like, as soon as I'm done writing, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it comes out natural. Like, I don't like to really, I mean, if I fuck up, I'll go back, maybe redo the verse here and there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to get more selective with doing that, being around like the Invader dudes. You know what I'm saying? My boy Misk and Chrome, you know what I'm saying? Because like right now, like I feel like there's a lot of eyes on us and I want to make our shit polished as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I know Misk is very like into the quality. So I like to make our shit as good as possible. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like our engineer cut out some breaths and shit like that, and I'm like, yo, this shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, you're trying to clean it up, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you need that natural breath, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not like, you know what I'm saying? You need that natural breath in the record, you know what I'm saying? Because it sounds dope.
Yeah, now I feel you. It's too choppy. It sounds too choppy sometimes if you cut out the breath and shit. I mean, you know, unless a motherfucker straight microphone in the mouth and shit like mad loud and shit, that's one thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like to cut out the breath, it's what gives the enthusiasm to the verse. Like it gives you that rawness, and like that's what hip hop needs sometimes. That's why I feel like sometimes even with production value, some people were so shiny and clean with their beats that it just takes away from, you know what I mean, the overall feeling of the hip hop, because we came from floppy disks, fucking distortions and all other shit in the background, the snares and the drums. To take that out, it's like you're trying to polish something that shouldn't be polished. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So,
I mean, shit, like I was just in Miami in December, and I was with my boy DJ Ben Workin, aka Rich Mahogany, in October, and I was with my boy Billy Ballantyne and Miskin in December, and like I just love being in the room, you know what I'm saying? Like in the house studios and fucking like listening to beats and samples, and you know, like you said, that's that real shit, you know what I'm saying? Like creating on the spot, like digging the samples, chopping the samples up, banging the pads, and you know, that shit is fire. That's what I live for. I live for that shit.
Word.
So when you hear something sample and you're like, yo, keep that right there. You know,
I'm saying. I'm kind of like I've been a hermit lately, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I've been meaning to get in the studio and just fucking sit and vibe and shit. Just fucking really, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I miss those days, man. Just fucking sitting there, just freestyling the verse and shit live on the spot and be like, yeah, let's record that, let's do this and that. So I love those feelings. It makes the music better too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you always a solo actor, you just sitting in your room with a microphone all the time, it kind of shows in your music sometimes, because you're lacking the inspiration sometimes, because you need those other people to be in the room like, yo, I could kill that verse more than you. I bet you'll fucking write some shit. You know what I mean? Like back and forth with it. We need that. You know what I'm saying? That's what made Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me tell you a story. Like, so one day, like I just came home from work and I had some shit that I had to get recorded, you know? So like I hit on my boy Short Dog and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, yo, I'm at my boy C. Lou's house, and I know the kid C. Lou, and I know he has a studio, so I'm like, yo, ask him if he'll record me, you know what I'm saying? And actually, like, I think before that happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking Words had hit me up. He sent me the beat. I started writing, and I hit my boy Short Dog. I'm like, what are you doing? Let's go to the studio. And I went to the studio and recorded that verse that night that he sent it to me, like within like 2 hours. And I got a studio in my room, but I just wanted to go somewhere else and record.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with having your own studio. It's just a different feeling when you're in a room full of people, and then you know you drop your verse, and people in the room with you like, yo, that shit's fucking fire. It's the feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's the feeling of having that. Like it's a cipher. It might as well be a motherfucking cipher without the fucking recording part. Like that's how it is, man. Like
then it was dope to hear your verse too. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yo, you know, like as what I knew that, you know, like Words sent me a joint. You know what I'm saying? And I hopped on it. You know what I'm saying? And I saw your name on it. You know, and I didn't know, like the same thing. Like you said, we didn't really know too much. But then I heard the fucking track all together. I'm like, that shit is fire. And I heard he got someone else on there. I don't know if he told me that.
After your verse, yeah, he came back in.
No, I think he got someone else on the record, though.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that part. Yeah, from what he sent me, it was his verse, your verse, and then he went back in, and that's where it cut off. Unless he stashing shit, he ain't telling me nothing. So, you know what I mean?
I just don't know what he has. Yo, peace to West. Now, I don't know what he has.
Peace.
You know what I'm saying? That's my brother right there.
Oh, speak of the devil.
We just fucking motherfucker, you know?
Yo, peace, West now. Yo, words, yo, you will hop in here real quick. We was just talking about you, motherfucker. Now I gotta ask you what's good, cause yo, if I'm missing out on that, I want to know, cause yo, y'all laced that shit, bro. Y'all laced it. And there's a whole nother verse to it.
I know he had a heavy hitter on his, and it's someone that I know, like one of my peoples and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, yo. We just summons this motherfucker, yo.
Yo, what up?
Yo,
What's good, yo? We were just talking about the joint, yo. What's good?
What are you guys talking about?
The joint that we did. You
Don't
remember, yo?
That guy had his own song.
Yo, words sent me the fucking beat. I wrote it in like 10 minutes and fucking. I called my boy and I was in the studio within an hour and sent the whole track to him in like 2 or 3 hours.
Yo, shit was crazy. It was so fast. Yo, M.
And then I heard the joint with you and words, and you know what I'm saying? Do you have a fourth person on that track?
Yeah, Dro Pesci jumped on, man.
Yeah.
It just felt weird. Like I did the 2 verses. So I did me, then I did then you, then me, and I was like, I even mentioned Dro in it just because it fit the scheme. So I was like, fuck it, man. I'll just holler at Dro, throw him on, and then all of us will just murder it. And then I get to like make words Pryme, words Dro. You know, I'm kind of like the introductionist to it all. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Yo, I didn't even hear that version, bro.
I didn't hear it either.
Yo, that shit was crazy, bro. So, peace for coming on, man. Bringing me on the show with you guys, man. When you guys are talking your shit, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yo, you set up the connection
today, bro. Like I just moved, so like all day today, man. I got finished moving and fell asleep, and I just like woke up and I saw you guys on. I was like, shit, I almost fucking forgot to tap in. And
yo, I almost forgot to tap in too, yo. I was fighting it. I was fighting staying awake, man. I'm like, I was with my girl's grandson, and I laid down on the floor, and I'm like, fuck, yo. I've done that shit before.
His girl's grandson.
Huh? Yeah, man.
This guy just says on public broadcast, my girl's grandson. So you're officially the oldest rapper alive.
I'm old, man. I'm old.
Officially.
Yo, that's crazy.
Peace.
West Town. What up?
What's good, Wes? That's my brother right there. What up, Wes?
Good, baby. What's good, man? Yo, Pryme, this is a dope hat. This is a dope hat you got there, cuzzy.
Yo, word, that shit is fresh as fuck, yo. Facts.
We need to get these printed up.
Them shits are hard.
Yo, give me one of those joints, man.
Yeah, I gotta get it printed up. I just got these at the store. I gotta talk to my fucking boy Star. Me and my boy Star, who was in here before, we got a joint called Hat Rack Heroes. You know what I'm saying? We were flipping all the baseball team logos, bro. The shit is fire, yo. Like, wait till you guys see that shit, man.
Yo, you better have the old school Montreal Expos in there, bro.
I do. I got some Expos in my collection somewhere. Yo, what up,
that was the era, man. That was the era. We came up in the era where baseball was a real fucking thing. Like we all played baseball. You know what I mean? There was no cultural appropriation in baseball. Everybody played fucking baseball. And then
that's fresh.
Then like mid 90s came or whatever. They had that stupid baseball strike where they're all like, "You're not paying us enough money," and it was like everybody just stopped paying attention after that. Nobody cared anymore.
Yep.
True. You know, we had Joe Carters and Roberto Alomars and fucking Frank Thomas and shit like that. You know, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden they had that stupid baseball strike, and then it was like it killed the magic, man. We were kids and shit, like a bunch of grown men fucking crying because they're not making enough millions of dollars for doing some shit that we would have done for free as fucking 12-year-olds.
Yep.
They should put the money back into the community, man. They put too much patience, bro.
Yo, William.
I agree with that.
Shout out to my man Narb. Shout out to Lyric Lee. Yo, everyone join it. Go to SupremeDaalmighty's page and hit that follow button. Go to Words' page and hit that follow button. Go to Wes's page, hit that follow button. Go to fucking the Invaders of the Universe. Hit that follow button, yo. We're all fucking doing this shit because we love this shit, yo.
Amen.
You know, and a lot of us is making some fire ass fucking music, man.
Yo,
so
shout out to the homie Sick Nature, you know what I'm saying? Just hopped in too. Word. Peace to everybody hopping in.
What up, man?
Yo, we need to get a track with y'all three though, man. You know what I'm saying? We need
to see less. Make it happen, bro.
That'd be dope.
Word.
Yo, Jerry Doby. Shout out to Jerry Doby from Hype Magazine. Just dropped the interview today. Go peep that shit. And the link in my bio.
I need that T-shirt, Wes.
I got you, cuzzy.
I'll pay.
Word. That shit was fire, yo.
Yeah, I need that one.
You guys gonna work on a record now, Supreme?
Yo, I'm fucking ready, bro. You already know.
Pryme would make it crazy.
Do it, bro. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yo,
we got shit on deck. Your word.
Yo, me and Wes. I would say what 3 months ago, Wes. We fucking just
we recorded like 5 tracks in one night.
Within a half hour of being in his house, we were fucking popping mushroom bars and drinking Henny and fucking. The beer wasn't good, but
yo, piece of my bro Vic Grimes, man. I just he's in the cut watching, so he's lurking behind the mask. What's going on, man? Me and Vic, when we bring the sequel, the No Hooks Just Elbows sequel out, bro, it's fucking crazy. Between you and I's album, Pryme, me and Vic's sequel album, and the Stadium Fighter album, I let you preview that too, man. It's gonna be a really cool year for some music, man. I think what I like about what I've been seeing this year is, aside from fucking Mickey Diamond, who's just on the craziest tear you ever seen, I feel like everybody's been kind of knocked back a little bit of a peg. Like the underground is waiting. That whole repetitive kind of like carbon copied style that had been going for a couple years, where everybody's kind of doing the same shit. I feel like there's like a resistance from like the audience. I think there's like room for people to step up this year. I feel like there's room for people to really step up and say, this year is my time to kind of say, I want to be heard this year. Because, you know, I noticed the last couple years that hip hop's very much on this trending thing. It's not really so much always about who's the best, who's killing it lyrically. It's more like who's on that trend wagon at the moment. And so it makes it a cycle. As soon as things are based on a trend, it means your moment will come, and then it's gone. And then it's the next person, their moment comes, and then it's gone. And it's like a fucking cycle, you know, which is good for guys. It's harder to maintain longevity, though. Because, like, if you're not coming with something different, or you're not kind of keeping it fresh, everybody's getting real bored of kind of the same thing, and then the same thing, and the same thing, right? You know, so that's why when I hear guys like Pryme, who have a very lyrical style, like aggressive lyrical style, but it's not like other people, and I know the fans are looking for that. I know the fans don't want to say it because they've spent $10 million on these motherfuckers' records, so they don't want to diss their favorite guys, but they're tired of these motherfuckers putting out the same shit and the same shit and the same shit.
Yeah.
Yo, like I've been I've done music with all you guys, right? Like I think like you said, like an important thing is like, you know, when you hear these tracks and they be like, yo, this guy outshined this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I like going to the studio and making a fucking dope song. You know what I'm saying? Where everyone spits their fucking verse and is fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's all about the love of hip hop, man. Like people lose the construct that they divide themselves with labels and the integrity of like popularity. That's just bullshit, man. I do this shit because I love to do it. You know what I mean? That's why
we're all old ass men and we're still doing it. None of us are young. None of us are in the fucking twilights of our youth and shit. We're fucking, you know, Pryme's talking about his girl's fucking grandson, bro.
Yo, I will say this much: all y'all got a unique style. You know what I'm saying? I heard all y'all music, and as a listener, as a fan, whatever you want to call it, all y'all have unique styles, and that's what hip hop needs. You know what I mean? We need that diversity. I'm tired of hearing the same shit over the same beats, over the same. We need that diversity. So I'm glad y'all three is representing hip hop to its fullest. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I think the fans have left it open. You know, just like kind of metaphorically, but there's like I said, I think the fans have just taken a step back because they're tired of being fed shit. Like I think they're sick of being fed shit like they're on a fucking assembly line. You know what I mean? So there's just this weird kind of presence. And like I said, aside from one dude who's kind of just killing it right now, nobody's really killing it right now. The fans have kind of gone, fucking, because like, I mean, come on, man. Like, let's be real. There's only a few MCs out there who are really putting out albums that they're trying to make an album. Like an album. We got guys who are like, okay, I got 8 tracks, that's a project. Oh, 7 tracks, that's a project. 9 tracks, that's a project. And in my world, that would have been one project minus a few cutting room floor joints. All of those together would have been one fucking album, and there would have been a few that were like, nah, that's not good enough. But it would have been like a 20-track album. And now dudes will take 20 tracks, divide it into 3, and then call it part 1, part 2, and part 3, and then sell each one for $60 when they drop. It's people are tired of it, man. They really are. They are. They're sick of it. And I always say what people don't want to say, and I said they're sick of these fucking rappers who don't care about them. They're just merchandising themselves. I see motherfuckers auctioning their own signatures off, bro. I don't care. That's the gayest shit I ever seen. I don't care who sees it. I don't care. Go fuck your mom. I don't care. If you're signing your own shit and then trying to upsell it to your own fucking fans, that is the wackest shit ever, bro. Your signature ain't shit, homie.
You should give your signatures for free to the fans.
100%. 100%.
That's what I love about
your
Wes,
thing. It doesn't up the value of shit. It just means you personalized it to me, so that now has some value to me as a fucking listener, as a fan. I'm not spending $500 because you put your fucking John Hancock on a piece of cardboard, homie. Get the fuck out of here, man. Dudes are crazy, bro. These guys are gassed on their own shit. Way the fuck up here, bro. When you see them in real life, and they're the most humble dudes.
I do shit. I do shit as a listener. So from a listener's perspective, not an MC's perspective, I feel like a lot of people are just watered down. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all flow and there's no substance. That's my problem with a lot of the hip hop shit. Anyone could just kick a flow, fucking wordplay shit, but if you had no substance to your punchlines, metaphors, or any reality to what the fuck you're saying in your records, it kind of defeats the purpose of even having a reflection itself, which is what hip hop is. It gives us a chance as weirdos or whatever, like I said before, it gives us a chance to be who the fuck we want to be. We you know what I mean, without anybody sitting there talking shit or whatever. We ain't gotta be fucking tossing guns and this and that. We can talk that real ill shit, that real lyrical shit, talk about all the shit we did as kids, etc. You know what I'm saying? It's hip hop. But we need more substance, man. I need more fucking real fucking lyricism, man. Where the fuck did it go? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, because it's but so much of this now is about, like, let's look at some things. So we're in the age of the this is why I made Stadium Fighter, Pryme. This is why I made Stadium Fighter the way I made Stadium Fighter. So we're in the age of the concept album, but they're not concept albums. It's artwork that reflects the title and the concept and a couple of metaphors or similes throughout the record, but there's no actual concept to it. So it's like you were saying, it's like there's no substance. So it's like they want to sell the theme to the fan, so they create the theme which the artwork sells. Then they create the theme. They're taking something from something that's a pop culture, something that already sells on its own. It's not your unique idea. You just took something that's already popular, themed your record around it, and then put it out, and then call it some sort of stroke of genius. And I'm like, what it's enabling fucking thievery and fraudulence. Yeah. And nobody talks about it. So that's why I made Stadium Fighter. I was like, all right, you guys want a fucking concept album? I'm going to make you a fucking concept album. So I made that out. Pretty much trolling everybody with. Like, I'm fucking low-key trolling people. Being like, yo, you guys, you want to make you're going to make these fake-ass concept albums? I'll make a real one. And then people will see when that drops.
I feel you on that. Yo, well, I got all three of y'all though real quick, man. Y'all down to drop some bars and shit? Get people a little show and shit?
Hold on.
I said my flow go like a deep cut artery, familiarized with drugs, crime, and poverty. You ain't lived this life, you're rapping for the novelty. You watch my story, never like, why do you follow me? Militarized, criminal ties, no authority. Minimalized, storm the streets like it's Normandy. Uncivilized, still I'm wise but disorderly. Living life outside the law like I ought to be. They all fall in line and go act accordingly. They all sound the same on recordings, they boring me. Sleeping on the kid, wake up the beast while you snoring, G. Handy with the steel, regulate like Warren G. Keep you in check in and inject like a quarantine. Keep that respect, cause my homies be calling me. Checking time to time, I don't reply, that be the fall of me. Jumped in, jumped out, broken ribs, no apologies.
Yo, I'm a mad animal, uncivilized. I'm still spitting the illest skill to kill all of these simple guys. Y'all are brittle, so I'm the one that'll leave your village burn where your village lies, because all of these wannabe villain guys are only spilling lies.
Oh.
That's straight off the top. My dome should get your dome checked. Y'all can't spit the dopest flow like I'll leave your home wrecked. Just like a bad, shitty wife, I spit this when I rip and grip the knife and then split this, because you ain't shit, buddy. You live a really shitty life.
Yeah.
I'm way better than you. Hell, fuck it. Whatever sport you play, I'm better than you at whatever you do. I'm the sickest rapper alive. I think I said that in my last freestyle and swore I'd snap them in 5. But off of the top, sometimes it gets repetitive. But the shit these guys spit puts me to sleep like a sedative. But yet it is everything that I said it is. So all these guys need to step the fuck back before I be beheading kids.
Oh.
Yo, I'm my quiz, better than the top tier. I lock peers and devices, make them drop tears. I'm Bobby Knight, choke you out of your nights. MJ on the court, I'm provoking the flights. My foul lines hover with a foul mind, so I drown lines. Even in my downtime, I ruin days, shining like some cool grays. I'm true haze, blazing in them 2 J's. I move trains, bend the ties on the track, cause I'm the truth and they lying, they raps. I burn a hater, ain't nobody greater. Brotherhood's laced up like I'm one of the Lakers. A true spirit moving sound in the room. Fantasia on the mic, moving buckets and brooms. A great writer like I'm penning a novel. I already drank 10, better pass me a bottle.
Woo! All right, man. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
We gotta do a track. All 3 of us. All 3 of us.
Yo.
Y'all can watch The Godfather drop this. I'm the hottest, spitting freestyles while my 10-year-old daughter watches. She's in the background. Half of these cats is whack, so they need to get their hat smacked round and get knocked into the background. Other guys think they can fuck with wordplay when words verse is the dope verse you ever heard since your first birthday. And I ain't trying to sound like Slim, so shut the fuck up. I'm grimy and raspy. I don't sound like him. So if you heard a rhyme that's been said before by some other guy, then I'm like, fuck you, fuck your dad, your brother, and your mother, guy. Get the hell out of my face. I'm sick of these guys trying to spit shit when they the wackest dude in the place. And they're like, dude, how the fuck ain't nobody spit in his face? Fuck it, let's smack his mouth off and then spit in his face. Whack-ass spit in disgrace. So get the fuck out of the place. Sick and tired of this shit. Look at the chemtrails. Look up, all you're seeing is haze. There's no more clouds. There's no more realness. Everybody's talking this fake shit and swear it's the realness. So I'm like, fuck this. They need to feel this. I'm going to step back with these dope villains and show them what ill skill is.
I said it's all trickery now. They trying to figure me out. My rhyme styles have them having epiphanies. I distance them now. They talking all gangster, never seen a pistol go blow. When faced with 25 to life, you see them running their mouth. Head see green lights like street lights before the sentence of trial. I'ma say a lot less. I ain't gotta say shit to finish the sentence right now. Rough times create tough times and a legacy, pal. Some of the greatest never made it. God rest their souls are dead right now. The last name's West Now. That's short for West Nihilistic. That's West Now. Never claimed to be nothing, just someone with a different style. Fuck a blue check. Got crew respect across thousands of miles. Say a lot less. Better believe because the cloud is on fire. Real thugs ain't on the internet, flashy and loud. Most on the stand will sing like Destiny's Child. I'm out here spitting bars, it's my destiny, child. Enough fire to destroy your kingdom and destroy the enemy's crown. When you rise up too fast, they want to see you fall back down. Flows go deep like in the ocean, in the mind you'll drown. So I've ended like this, drop an imaginary mic and walk away, no sound.
Yo. Bro, deadly darts, lethal combination, I'm moving. Got me grooving, fucked up, seeing illusions. Catastrophic rocking like I'm causing a mosh pit. Amped and I'm toxic. Keys like a locksmith. Fiends on that rock shit. Spaced out cosmic. Sean Kemp, kamikaze line, supersonic. Lost art rating. No heart hating. Foul so flagrant, who the fuck debating? I thunder strike and swipe them out their nights, igniting like a pipe and then strike them until it lights. And I'm the source, new rims on the Porsche. Match the force, Mother Nature taking its course. A triple threat, mall rats, triple the breast. I'm a chupacabra, hungry, also stripping your flesh. I rip your veins, tear your muscles to shreds. I'm a motherfucking monster, now I'm stuck in your head. Freestyle off the top, fuck the pencil and pen. Now it's time to really drop them gems. I don't give a fuck, I'm still spitting that phlegm, and motherfuckers wanna step, get laced like your Benz. I could flip it, rip it as Pryme Prolifik, one of the sickest with the illest type predictions. steady clipping like my vocals when recording, hitting motherfuckers and still buying new Jordans. I'm only fucking around.
Yo, of course he ended with a fucking sneaker line, right?
Hell yeah, I got a lot of sneaker lines that just go over.
Yo,
We need to get a good cipher going, man, where we can all come in advance and have our headphones and shit, so we can do like spit on beats and shit.
It's
what do you gotta get? You gotta get a certain
like
pair?
beat. It's like there's that delay thing. You gotta have your head. Play it in the circumference and shit.
Yeah.
You gotta get like
Yo,
a certain
that'd be a
pair,
good
like
idea
beats.
for a show, man. Just one that's like guys tapping in to come in, do bars. Maybe some guys want to have some friendly competition and just have guys come in for 10 minutes, spit some bars, bring in new people, and that's it. Like just a whole bar session. Let's see what guys got. What can you do?
Yo, I tried that shit, bro. I tried that shit and Cash was scared. Cash was scared to hop in, bro.
Yo, the off the top thing used to be, you see, a bunch of people were asking me the other day. They said, well, how come, you know, they're like, was that freestyle? And I'm like, well, of course. Didn't you hear me say I come through like 9 fucking times through it? I come through. Like, that's how you know it's a freestyle, right? You hear those filler lines and shit, but you know, and dudes are like, yo, why don't you just like drop your written bars and shit type stuff? And I was like, but it's like, this is where we came from. Freestyle was like, that was what you had to be able to do. It's not something I think about. If we're not sitting down exchanging verses, I just assume anytime a cipher rolls around, it's just got to go off the top. I don't think about bars because I just come from a time when freestyling, that's just what you did. Nowadays,
it is like that now. Like the first thing, like I got freestyle, but like the first thing, like usually in the cipher, they're spitting their writtens now, you know. But like yo, like we were talking before, like he asked me, like yo, I love to do the off the top shit. Like I was telling him before, like the EO Dub challenge is the end of the week where you fucking grab your fucking hand in the grab bag and you got to rhyme about what you have in your hand. You know what I'm saying? And that's where dudes are like, look, I came up from a time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to talk now a little bit. So, like, I came up with, like, a lot of these fucking legends, you know what I'm saying? Like Pumpkinhead and Poison Pen. And like I said, Big Zoo, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these dudes, like Iron Solomon, and you know, like, yo, I came around these circles, you know what I'm saying? And it was super fucking dope. Like, even like Nems before he popped off, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would be around them circles and fucking, like, end of the week. Like, a lot of these dudes came up through that, you know? And you had to fucking be able to freestyle, you know what I'm saying? They had different fucking rounds. One would be a freestyle round, one would be a written round, one would be the grab bag round, one where they fucking put the different beats on from fast to slow to fucking techno to rock and roll. And you gotta fucking keep the fucking rhythm and pace with that shit.
Yeah. That was the thing. It was the proving ground. So it wasn't, people weren't just accepted. That's the other thing. Nowadays people will even the hardcore nature, like, of the criticism of other MCs or other, you know, hardcore fans in the culture. We used to have these high expectations, but now, like, people don't have those anymore. Like, if back in the day when I came up, like, there was ciphers where I was a little white kid stepping in with some heavy guys older than me, and that was the proving ground. You had to go in, and if you were whack, you would get ejected from the circle. What are you doing here?
Get kicked out.
Scout. You don't belong here.
Punk rock kid, hip hop punk rock kid, and the only reason they brought me to the studio because they're like, yo, this kid has bars and he's got heart, and if you don't have that, they were like, I don't fuck with you. Like, why are you even fucking here? Like, I'm gonna stomp you out on the spot.
Yo, like,
facts. If you was trash back in the day, you got kicked out the circle.
I remember,
you know what I'm saying? Straight up and down.
Yo,
like, especially if you spit
what a lot
free,
of
man.
people don't know about me, man, is I came up inside. So all my rhyming, everything I did from the age of about 13 to 19 was inside. So I wasn't spitting with a bunch of little fucking cartoon characters from my high school. I was spitting with very serious people, but it was because I took that step and stepped into some ciphers where I was like, I don't know. And they were like, yo, kid, you're dope. It was me taking that step and being told by some guys who have no reason to tell me I'm good. They're like, yo, you can fucking spit, kid. Like, you got rhymes. You can rap, man. So it was almost like, because guys that like that were the ones who were telling me you can spit, that's kind of like what gave me the confidence to really go through with it. And really, because some of them were like, yo, dude, what are you doing in here? Like, you're way too dope to be in here with a bunch of criminal-minded motherfuckers like us. You should be out there making dope music. And it's like, took me a few years for that to click in, to stop being a moron and shit. But at the end of the day, it was some real motherfuckers telling me you have talent, that gave me the confidence to be like, maybe I actually am good enough to do this shit, you know? So it was like, I came up in Canada. It's different than the States. But in Canada, I came up in the hardest environment you could have, as far as learning how to rap and freestyle and battling. You know, you lose a fuck. I said some foul shit to some people where I'm like, yo, this guy's gonna stab me after dinner.
You fuck with Real Wolf and all the homies out there?
Yeah, definitely. Tom's the dude, bro. Tom's the homie, man. Yeah, 100%.
He just shot a video at my apartment. It's dropping this month. We've been waiting on it, but
that video, this is gonna be crazy.
I had to tell the girls, like, yo, y'all need to, like, we shoot this video, you guys gotta go, because it was like, it got a little crazy. It was like 12 o'clock at night. Tom came over and he was running behind, and everybody was doing some things, you know, everybody was banged up, and I was sober. Me and Isaac were sober. Me and Dan Diab were sober, and like, I was like, yo, we gotta shoot this. You guys gotta go, because, like, you know, it was love. It was all love, but it was like, it was a little too much love in the building.
Yo, and yo, big ups to Tom. And
awesome
Tom
person, man. Good, awesome person, bro.
Yo, Resin's really peace too, man. Yeah. Those are the two dudes I know the best. I know Tom and Resin the best. And Swan, my boy Swan.
Made the beat.
Swan
made the beat on that.
The boy too.
Yeah.
But Tom's crazy because he's like such a genius. But when you're with him, his brain is moving faster than everything else. So his mind is moving 5 times faster than the action going on around him. So I can imagine him showing up. There's a bunch of people all like up and stuff, and like I just know how Tom's brain works, and it's like, yo, we got to get going. Let's go now. Like, we got to get moving.
Titties and ass and pussy all in my apartment.
Yeah. You know, and yo, those are the guys, man. I'm coming back to Ontario. I'm out in Alberta right now, so Tom and them are some of the dudes I'm actually looking forward to connecting with, man. Because one thing as an artist, when you're away from other artists and you're not around, like, I've been doing everything I've been doing on my own for 2 years now, solo out here in buttfuck Oil Town, right? And it's like you miss that energy you get from being around other artistically inclined people, that inspiration you get from being physically around other people who are doing things that feed your energy. Sometimes it's really hard to feed your own energy all the time.
It's true, man.
Keep yourself motivated.
That's so true. Yo, me and Pryme gotta come and tour in your town. We gotta like set that up, like a little like trifecta, bro. Like I wanna tour Canada so bad. Just do like 4 shows.
Yeah, like make sure you bring a couple rainbow flags and say trans fucking rights or something. They'll welcome you in here, no problem. They'll be like, you're one of us. Come on over to Canada. I'm trying to get to the United States because I apparently don't belong in Canada anymore, because I don't think drag queens should be reading stories in lingerie to 4-year-olds. But Canada is on some next shit, man. Yeah. We're on some next shit, boys.
Yo, Canada loves hip hop though. I knew that for a fact, man. They love hip hop out there, so that would be a good move.
The people who love Justin Trudeau don't like hip hop. They like country music, and I don't even know. But so the real people in Canada, they're all like me. We're all trying to get the fuck out because our country's turning communist real fast, man.
I sent the package. Rest in peace, Jesse Stewart. Jesse Stewart, the cold beer cat. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He was like some like squatter punk rock
guitar player.
He died. I sent him a package. He said he never got it, but shout outs to him. Rest in peace. But he was an ill talented dude. He's like, yo, I never got your package, because like Canada like never accepted my package. I sent them I sent so many packages to Canada, and like 20% of the packages I always send, it always flies back. Like, it's fucking.
That's crazy.
It's weird.
Yeah, well, they've turned our post office into, like, our whole post service. They're essentially trying to kill small business out. That's so, like, let's say I was selling all my records, right? So say someone just wanted 1 record, and I'd have to tell them, yo, man, buy 2 at least, because if you only buy 1 record, unless you're buying one of my expensive ones, the fucking shipping is going to cost more than the record. So just to ship like 1 record, it's like $30 in Canada. Not even to the States. Just in my own country, $30.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's almost
they don't want small business, man. They're trying to turn this into the Walmart, Amazon land.
To send T-shirts or like hoodies, so like they made it so hard for like just out of states, and not even out of states, but just out of country. Like I had to take all my fucking international shipping off because I was like, obviously I love my shit, and you know I was taking a loss, and I would send my shit, but like you get fucked every time, man. Like it's like they want big business to survive. They don't want real hip hop to survive. They want to see like these big Drake motherfuckers and people like that surviving and making money, and it's like they don't want to see us underground hip hop people that love it. They actually love it to survive and like make money off it. It's fucked up.
Well, this is where I look at a lot of dudes, right? So every MC, because Canada has a niche scene. We don't have a big expansive scene where people are where it's geographically like the States, right? Someone can be huge in the South in the States and then be completely unknown anywhere else in the whole fucking country type deal, right? Canada doesn't really operate the same way. So a lot of artists get to a point where they get put in this strange place. The underground doesn't sell very much here, but there's also not a really strong underground lane here for momentum and longevity or consistency. So guys get put in these strange fucking positions where they kind of have to decide, do I want to remain broke and kind of being this underground artist, or do I want to try and step up? Because Canada is a very black and white place as far as the music industry goes here. There's not a lot of opportunity, and I see a lot of guys, man, and they kind of just want to go the other way. Everybody hits a point and they start trying to make more radio friendly music and connect with more industry savvy guys and shit like that, because there's no lane for people to be as successful by remaining underground. You can start underground, but if you're not taking that slow incline going up toward a more commercial place, you'll hit a stalemate quick and you'll just end up going back down the hill.
Just like the social media standpoint, like if you don't fit that like certain demographic, if you're not like so cool with this guy or that guy, like I'm a big advocate for like fuck everybody. I don't suck dick. I don't kiss ass. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit.
Dudes will hate you for that shit.
I do it because I love to do this shit. Ask Pryme, bro. We've been rapping since we were little kids, and I'm still here. You know, we put out shit, me and him singles, and I put out shit with Pace One. I put out shit with, but I don't, and Stu Bangers. But I don't care about the notoriety. I don't care about the street cred. I have street cred. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Like, to me, it's like the people that try so hard to get so far are the ones that are like trying to prove the most, and like they're not really the real ones in the situation. And like, not trying to talk shit, but it's just like a lot of these guys that are rapping about that rah shit. It's like bring them to my hood, drop them off, and see if they last.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get into too much of it because I'm known for fucking calling out too many people, but there's a lot of bullshit over here. We're gonna see some of the guys who might be doing their underground thing making more commercial moves and shit because people don't want you to keep it real. That's the weird thing, is keeping it real used to be hip hop. So saying what was real, not speaking your mind, speaking the truth, you know, calling people out on their fake bullshit, that used to be the primary, that was the code. And the code doesn't exist anymore in that regard.
You get called out on it now. Now they're like, oh,
why are you stirring the pot?
You get canceled.
Why
you
are
get canceled.
Being negative, right? So even when you have a good reason, it's become so cliquey that no one cares about the sincerity anymore. They only care about the trend that is being pushed at the moment. And if you're the one who's trying to tell them that trend is fake, then it's like when you tell your friend his girlfriend's cheating on him. He's not going to get mad at her. He's going to get mad at you for telling him.
It's true.
That's great. And then now they got this whole other category where if you like legit hip hop or anything that was in the 90s, you like that hip hop, you consider the old head or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Even this new shit is just 90s shit slowed down 20 BPM slower and taking 45-second gaps between their bars.
And then they re-repeat part of the chorus, and it's like, oh, this is dope. It's not really dope. It's just a small fragment of their wordplay, because people are so dumbed down now. They don't want real lyricism. They don't want real bars. They don't want real execution with haikus and all this shit. They want to hear dumbed down shit where it's like almost it slows your brain. It's like the Instagram. It's like the media, bro.
It's nursery rhyme shit, and this is what I say. I'm like, people are like, yo, this guy's so dope, and I'm like, but he's dope because he has all the time in the world to say what he's saying. The beat is like 68 BPM. There's no cadence necessary. You can just and there's so many guys. Listen, this is something I noticed, and I don't know why nobody's saying anything about it, but it seems like the new thing is guys who have no cadence at all. They sound like they're all over the beat, and dudes are like listen, I don't even know who this motherfucker is, but this Esty Nat guy, 90% of the shit that I hear this guy rap on, it sounds like he's rapping all over the beat, and all these guys are freaking out that he's the dopest shit, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand where the lack of cadence that, you know, you used to be it. Like, you had to boom, hitting on that fucking 1, that 2, that 4, like this, and now guys are just all over the place, and nobody has, the bar isn't set to be like, yo, bro, where's the spitting?
It's like the same thing now too, and like, I'm not like, you know, disrespecting anybody new that's coming up, but like a lot of the shit that I came up with that like I would have gotten fights with or beaten up for, like the hardcore punk rock with the hip hop mixed with the shit, like I was doing that shit before a lot of people were doing it. Now it's like, just cause they're like rah rah ba ba ba, and I'm gonna make you jump da 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 da, all of a sudden their shit is popping off like it's like the dopest. Like, it's whack, bro. Like, you're not saying anything that means nothing. You're talking some gangster shit, and you're like some kid from suburbia. Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it's like, it's a reverse. It's like a reverse generation thing. It's like it goes backwards, and like people like. And again, I'm not hating on it. God bless them if their shit pops off. Yeah. But it's like, I was doing that in the early 2000s, you know?
Yo, but this is what
there's just no substance, yo.
This is
you know what I'm saying?
People fuck this shit up all the time right here. When people, like, there you go. Like I said somebody's name. But I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's hustle of making a success. What I'm talking about is the bar we used to set as far as the bar people had to live up to be considered dope. I'm not shitting on what anybody else thinks is dope. Like, you think it's dope, but as an MC, there used to be a bar people had to meet, and that was spitting. There had to be like a cadence. There had to be a flow, a uniqueness, like a And now it just seems like guys can talk on the beat
anymore. People don't have punch.
My bar is set pretty high though, cause like I told Words, man, my bar's cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo,
you know what I mean?
It's crazy that people don't have punchlines, bars, or any cadence, or like you said, to the tempo, to rock to the rhythm anymore. And it's like, oh, this guy's the next best thing, and he's selling fucking 2,000 t-shirts. It's like, yo, what the fuck is he doing wrong that we're not doing wrong? It's like, you know what? We're doing a thing right that they're doing wrong. They're deflecting a culture. They're moving backwards, and they're moving towards, like, I'm sorry to say this, but towards the evil deceptive, like, contraband that people are saying, this is hip hop now. Now this is hip hop, and what that is that's the mainstream media. That's what they want you to believe is the real rap, and we are the real rap. Me, Pryme, you, everybody here. This is real culture shit, and it's like the culture vultures just feed off the bullshit, and they see like the shit they made fun of me on when I was a kid. Now it's a new thing, like it's a new trend. Like, oh, now it's like.
Imagine this scenario right here. You're in a cypher. We're at the park. Fuck the cypher. We're at the park. We're doing the Saturday night. Everybody's getting together. We're in the park. We're sipping and everything. Everybody's got their albums. Everybody's selling each other their shit. And 3 of these dudes show up and they say, yo, I got my album for sale. Yo, I want a copy. How much? Yo, I signed this one, so it's $200.
walking the fuck away. You know what I'm saying?
My point is like this idea. We used to all be trying to feed each other. We were all trying to go there. Let's say there's 5 MCs who are selling. We all put out records, and we're all moving with each other. We're talking about our albums, but we're all on the same playing fields. We're all there to kind of support one another. But this game now is everybody trying to show up and use whatever little clout they have on the internet by how many these records, they're sold out records, which I'm not going to get into that, but that's just as much of an illusion as anything else, you know. But this idea that everybody wants to really feel themselves and make themselves, what's the word I'm looking for? Assert themselves to be higher than everybody else without it being about the skill. I don't give a fuck how many records you sold or this and that. Cool, on the internet, you're the coolest. But if you're not better than me in the cipher, if you can't step in the circle and fucking run laps around me, don't fucking talk to me like that, bro.
But you know what? You know what's funny? That exactly what you said right now. It doesn't matter anymore because that's exactly what it is. Like on the internet, you can be whoever the fuck you want. And they can't run circles around us. They can't run in the hood with us. They can't. Like when I was coming up too, it was like I was passing out physical copies of CDs and putting stickers up. These kids don't put stickers up. They're like, oh, I'm internet famous. I'm the internet guy.
I sold 500 records under Rapwinkle. You should all be buying my autograph for $300. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a fucking illusion, and the internet lets these people believe. And I'm like, where I come from, none of that shit matters. That's cool if we're having a discussion about who's selling records. That's a different discussion. But if we're talking about MCing, your record sales don't matter. Your European sellouts don't matter. What matters is, can you step in the cipher and hold weight with all these other motherfuckers who are here? And most of these guys, they can spit. But if we were to go, all right, freestyles, and someone drops an 88 BPM beat, these guys would be fucking done. True.
Yo, I mean, if we used to throw it back though, you know what I mean? People can't talk about selling records and shit like that because record labels used to buy the records from the artists and then put it back in. So it's like, you know what I mean?
It wasn't a status thing unless you were signed to a major. No one cares you sell 300 fucking records from some European label that's like, that only started to exist 2 or 3 years ago. Nobody cares about that shit. That's not real. That's Instagram shit.
It's true.
These record labels don't exist without Instagram. Without Instagram, every single one of these fucking labels goes.
That's pretty much. That's because most of these cats are sucking dick, yo. Keep it a buck.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
100% they are, man.
Album. I'm gonna just go and say this, and I don't care, but we put out the album, The Wicked Life of Crime, the Stu Bangers album, and you know, a month later another album came out and this and that, and people picked up off the albums that were more popular. But all real fans, I picked up real fans off like, you could listen to the fucking records that got put out before and after, and people were like, yo, like listen to what the fuck Wes is spitting. Like, you know what I mean? Like Snoop Dogg posted my shit 3-4 years ago. I was with Pryme when it happened. And Dog posted his own shit, and it wasn't he was trying to make fun of some white kid that was rapping. He posted me because I was wearing some alligator shoes and a pimp coat, rapping in front of Walmart when they were shutting down this fucking country, where no one had the fucking balls to go out and rap. And someone said, "Oh, I was gonna go do this, not for nothing, no offense. I'm saying, but did you do that? Did you do that? No, you didn't do it." And Pryme, I was bugging the fuck out. He was mastering my album. He was like, I was like, yo, Snoop posted my shit, and I was screaming. He's like, what? I can't understand what you're saying. I was like, oh fucking dog, motherfucker! Like, what the? I thought it was a glitch.
That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
Fucked up on my end. You know what I mean? And it was just, there was love there because that's when the country's shut down during COVID and all this shit. All the big artists weren't going out there. What shows were you doing? Yeah, Walmart was open, but the venues weren't open. We went to Walmart and we rapped in front of fucking Walmart. We brought hip hop back to the streets.
Word, that's some real shit.
Shit was
That's some
fire.
real motherfucking shit. Word.
So with and the crazy thing, because he was doing it with the Snoop Dogg bump box. That's why, like he said, you know what I'm saying? So it was a showcase that this guy got skills, and you know what I'm saying? Like showcasing his fucking thing too. Like that shit was dope. You know what I'm saying? So like he said, it wasn't like to generalize somebody spitting. It was like, yo, like this guy's out here doing these fucking shows. The shit was fire, yo.
It was like,
Yo, I gotta say this, yo, real quick though, cause like I feel like I hate when people try to like go with the race card and shit. Like I'm glad you brought that up about the whole, you know, white boy spitting and shit. I honestly, man, if you dope, you dope. And honestly, man, I feel like there's a lot of dope, like not to say like that, but a lot of dope white rappers over every other race. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Like that too. Not to cut you off, but it was like that because there was like 2% of the people on the shit that went viral that were like, it was right around when Snoop had a beef with somebody that was white, whatever, or like whatever it was, and they said, yo, Snoop, I didn't think you co-sign white rappers, and someone was like, yo, Wes ain't even fucking white, first of all, number one, number two, like, listen to what the fuck he's saying, and 90% of the comments were like, yo, Unc, like, yo, sign this motherfucker, like, and like, I don't even care, he didn't even post my tag, I don't give a fuck, I don't even care about that, like, it was just my homies from LA, my homies from Jersey, like, my homies from, like, we got homies out in the fucking street that were like, yo, do you know what this is? And then people were checking people on Instagram like, yo, where you at? Like, the people that were like fake fronting, like on like, I'm saying, like on a race card level, it's so stupid because that's like, it dumbs down hip hop and culture. Like, bro, like we're in this for the same reason, bro. We are rapping to fucking bring real music to people. And a lot of people just want to talk shit and fucking hate on us. But like me, Pryme, and the homie, you alike are bringing real rappers together. Like, I'm glad I tapped in. I was just watching Ghost Dog. My internet shut down. I was watching Ghost Dog on a DVD player.
That shit,
and I
all
this.
That's hip hop.
Tap in real quick.
Word. That's a throwback.
This is my phone. This is the phone that I use to talk to people on. All right.
That's amazing. I love that.
Is that a razor?
No, it's a TCL, some Chinese shit. It's the only one I could find.
Yeah.
I couldn't, dude. I went to like 10 stores, fucking pawn shops, everything. You guys got flip phones? No, but I got one.
Wait, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah. Sure.
So you, cause let's talk a little bit about social media, right? I disconnected. I made a point to disconnect from this like forum because I was going live every night and getting like on these stoner feeds and smoking weed with people and doing ciphers, but like I disconnected from it because it disintegrates a portion of your life. And like I'm the same way. I wish I could go back to pagers and flip phones because it's like I was just talking to somebody about this where it's like, bro, like this is not hip hop in the sense of like the fucking oh my god, I'm so cool bullshit.
Like that, it's about, for me, it was number one, it's just feeling too much like I'm becoming immersed in the Matrix.
Yes.
And number two, it was how much I realized I noticed myself on my phone for no reason.
Fuck.
And I was like, I noticed when I'm out in public, because I don't have this smartphone I use hasn't been an actual operating phone in a really long time. I just use it for social media shit. But when I would take it, I would just notice, even though it didn't, I would always be on it. And I was like, I don't like this because that's not me. That's not what I want to do. But whatever this thing does has gotten in here and I don't like that. I'm like, I'll put my phone down and I'll be like, I don't want to look at it. And then 2 minutes later, I'm on it without me even thinking about it.
You're itching for that shit. Word.
It didn't even fucking click to me that I'm doing it. And that's where it started to freak me out. I was like, I feel like it's getting in my mind without me even trying.
It's like a drug. It's like, I don't want to, metaphorically speaking, like, I don't want to hit this crack pipe, but the crack is there and the pipe is there. And you're like, oh,
and I'm going to hit it. I'm gonna hit that shit.
Yo, because the cell phones in general have always been an addiction, because there's a feed or a wave or radiation, something coming off the cell phone that kind of digs into your addiction need to have it. You can put that shit all the way. You can put that shit in a whole other house. You put that shit in a whole other house, and you still be fiending for it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, every time we get those likes and those comments and that reaction, that validation, someone saw what I said, someone paid attention to my song, someone commented on my new track I posted, and it's like, it's the false belief that you're in a spotlight, and it's like, that's what this whole social media has done. Is I'm like, I don't want the fake spotlight. I want, like, when I dropped No Hooks and everyone was talking about it because it was a sleeper album, no one was ready for it. It just came, and everyone was like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Where'd this album come from? That's what I want. I want that natural response to the music that has nothing to do with this shit here.
Yes.
Nothing to do with how many lives I'm doing or how many likes I'm getting or shares I'm getting. It's just like, people heard the music and that was it. They're like, who's this?
Yeah, that's why I like doing shows with like Wes, because like Wes is the first person that brought me to the hardcore shows, and like Billy Ballantyne, like me doing shows with Billy Ballantyne and Danny Diablo, and you know, like doing shit with Gutter Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like
Danny's really cool shit.
We would go to
like
these dope ass shows, like these hardcore shows, and now you're cross promoting, like, you know, like these dudes are doing graffiti and love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And it puts you in a whole different genre of people that might not listen to that hip hop that you do. You know what I'm saying? And they get that natural reaction to your shit. You know, that's dope.
Are you part of their crew, WesNihil? Are you part of the?
I'm a part of my own crew. I'm a part of my own crew. I'm not gonna talk about it here, but I'm
all right.
I'm
I just meant the like
racist crew.
What's their crew called? Like Danny Diablo and them. Because I did some tours with him back in the day.
DMS.
What's it called?
DMS. They're old school from the 80s community. We're from the 80s too, but we're two brother crews that are connected.
What's Danny's crew called? Like the rap crew.
His rap crew. He has the rap crew is like Ill Rock, and it.
That's it. Ill Rock
was like an old school vibe. Now the new shit like E-Train Records he took on, but you know, he's fucking Force 5. Me and Danny have an album we're putting out called Father and Son, because when we was on tour in Europe, there's a funny story, but we was on stage for like 10,000 people, and Danny was like, everybody listen up, this is my son. I left his mom in the park in the Lower East Side. His mom was a crackhead, and I just want to say I'm sorry. I left you and your mom there. I said, it's okay, Dad, I love you. He's like, you love me? I'm sorry. And we hugged each other. People that understood English in Europe, in like Greece and Spain, were like, yeah! So we went off that vibe, and we're putting out a whole album, mostly Chrome Beats.
Yo,
shout out to
tell them about the interlude that you got.
Oh, yeah. There's like a knock on the door. I wish I could play it for you right now. And it's it's from I don't want to talk about where it's from, but it's a real sample from a woman that sends somebody something, and I'm like, oh yeah, bitch, put that shit on your ass, like, and I'm like, and it's like, boom, 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 boom. He's like, yo, son, what's up? No locked doors in this house. And I'm like, he's like, Molly, the coke, the weed. He's like, where did you learn this? And I'm like, I learned from watching you, Dad. And the
shit is mad funny, yeah.
It sounds a lot better on the sample. I was just FaceTiming Isaac earlier, like, yo, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm bipolar, manic depressive. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of issues, but
that's what makes you dope.
The hip hop shit helps me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it reminds me that, like, okay,
this is therapy, bro.
It's therapy, bro. This real rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking Ghetto Boys, bro. That's why I connected with Ghetto Boys so much. Like, that was early on shit. They were all manic depressives, bro. Like, they all had problems, and they put their problems into music. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, I know some people deep into into the punk scene, man. And I mean, what we've seen happen to hip hop. I'm gonna bring this up because I like to talk that shit. I like to talk shit about everybody who needs to have shit talked about them. So what we saw happen with hip hop was we saw it with punk too. Like, well, that's what my friends ended up telling me. This whole idea that we used to be this rebellious culture. Like, hip hop used to be based on don't trust the fucking government. The police are your enemy. Politicians want to fucking kill you.
Now
like, what do you do?
Like
and
this?
In the last 3 years, we watched all these motherfuckers mask up, jab up, stay quiet, and just not want to, like, what the fuck happened? So I ended up losing like half of my grip because I pretty much called out half of hip hop and was like, where are all you motherfuckers? Like, where are all you anti-government NWO rapping ass dudes who've been talking that shit? And here we are. And the same thing happened in punk rock where, you know, I got like my dudes telling me like these are guys who were making full-on anti-government music 3 years ago, and now all of a sudden they're telling everybody to mask up and go get their fucking vaccine and shit. Like, it just goes to show how actually fake, when the real hits, when that real shit happens in real time, how much of the hip-hop bullshit is all a stage presence. It's not real. Those people aren't real. So I'm like, then what are we supporting them for? Because I thought we only supported the real in hip-hop, and as soon as someone proves to be unreal or fake or fraudulent, we used to just fucking kick him out the door. And now we're like, yeah, but he makes some good music, and you know, you can't, he's a legend in this. And I'm like, legend is only as good as yesterday, man.
You don't even need a fucking vaccine passport to travel to countries. You don't need a vaccine passport to travel to fucking. I was just in Georgia. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I had to get my shit because of my job. I have a real job. I'm a rapper, but I have a real job. And I was forced to get it. Hopefully I don't die of a heart attack.
Yeah, I hope you don't die either.
Yeah, but fuck them if I do. You know what I'm saying? But like on some real shit, they tried to almost disintegrate, evaporate, and divide people, bro. Cause like you saw that they were like the vaccinated, the unvaccinated, and then people were fighting. Like I seen mad people like that. Were like,
I lost half my friends. I've been talking the same shit for 10, 15 years, anti-government conspiracy shit, and then all of a sudden 3 years ago, all my friends are telling me I'm a dangerous misinformation spreading tinfoil hat wearer, and I was like, I'm literally, nothing changed, just something happened in real life where you're like, oh shit, Andrew actually meant those things he was saying. So it was almost like people needed to shut me out because I was going to be a constant reminder of the reality, and people wanted to live in ignorance. People wanted to get their little shot and their jab and go back to normal.
Normal, yeah.
And listen, here's my thing, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people. So you're one of those people where you're like, look, I got it because I my job. I had you, I got to live, whatever. Cool. Everybody's going to do what everybody's going to do. Now, the difference is are you out promoting it? Are you out there masking up in your
I was never promoting it.
Right? That's what I mean. So the difference is we saw a lot of dudes who fell under the spell. I know guys who are like, look, man, I got a family. I needed my job. Like, I'm not in a position to.
They force fed them that shit. And
if we were hip hop and real hip hop, it wouldn't have mattered. Because here's the way I look at it. I'm like, if they can get in your head to convince you to do something you know is wrong and you stand behind it. I don't mean making you do it under duress and you do it because you're like, fuck, I don't have a choice. I mean, if they could get inside these people's heads and get them to actually fall in line, how are these people not going to get buckle under the pressure and questioning? For real.
Of course.
I'm serious. I want to know this. If all it takes is some TV anchors and some newspaper media shit to make you be like, yeah, maybe there's a deadly virus and we should all wear masks and fucking stay in our house for the rest of our life. If they could do that via the media, what could a bunch of detectives do if they have you fucking locked in a room?
Oh, here's one for you, right? This is the reason I started doing hip hop like almost full time. I broke my knee, right? I have 12 screws and a plate in my knee. Okay, it's a long story, but
yeah, I got bad knees, but not that bad, but so I can only imagine.
But so when COVID happened, right? We started Crimson Twins, me and A Sharp, and we started doing this hip hop shit. This is right when they shut the country down. Okay, this is right when they shut the country down. I had some girl come up to my video shoot saying, "Oh, babe, the country is shut down. Like, can I come? I don't know if I should come. I'm like, are you coming or not? Because I'll get another girl to show up right now. So we shot the video the day they shut the country down. Let me tell you this. I don't give a fuck, bro, because I'm glad I started doing hip hop during that pandemic, because I didn't stop doing this shit. During the whole pandemic, I had a week on, week off. I was rocking shit, and it spiked my shit because it gave us independent artists a spotlight amongst the artists that were like shining, that were like in the fucking circumference of like all the rubbing the shoulders with the fucking jerk offs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, that was so.
Yeah, we
jerk offs.
Bro, we fucking shine hard. You know. Shout outs to all the DJs that played our shit and they were like, oh, I fuck with this because it gave, you know, the shout outs to fucking everybody. I'm not even saying names, but like a lot of reputable people, and even Pryme saw, like, we started doing shit, and it was like, it was like, that was the anti, the other shit. That was the punk rock of hip hop. That was like, fuck you. I'm making my statement. Like, if you have a problem with it, come see me. And no one had a problem with it because they were all pussies. Because 90% of all these people are all pussies.
Yeah.
I ain't never even stopped working since COVID. COVID also helped me spark my music. I got played on Shade 45 and shit during COVID. You know, like, I tried to make like COVID like a positive thing. I never got the jab or nothing, and I never stopped working. I work in these big corporations. I go to like Johnson & Johnson. I go to Merck. I go to Roche. You know what I'm saying? I work in all these big ass corporations. And I worked at this one place up in Pennsylvania. And while I was up in Pennsylvania, they're like, yo, do you have the shot? Yes, no, or you could digress. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I said no, because I was like, all right, they're just going to fuck it. You know, it doesn't matter. And my boy said, no, I don't want to even tell you. You know what I'm saying? So the fucking guy says, you guys can't work here on this site. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. Like, yo, it's weird. And then, like, also another thing with it, they made fucking jingles during the commercials. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking playing pop songs during the commercials. Like, yo, if this really a serious, deadly disease, which you know it is and it can be, you know what I'm saying? Why are you making fucking happy songs to it? You know, like even hip hop songs, like they use Rob Bass, you know what I'm saying? They're playing Rob Bass during fucking CVS commercials to get a fucking vaccine. They're offering people fucking cheeseburgers to go get a vaccine. That's crazy.
Yo, I worked in this shit from day one, yo.
The
you know what I'm saying?
With the guy who's like, there's a fry element to this? Oh, that was like the craziest shit I think of the whole pandemic I ever saw, was that guy going on the news and talking to the entire country like they're 4-year-old kids. Is there a burger? Oh,
yeah.
But they was offering like lap dances.
Dude, free all these and it's like, what incentive did all of these businesses have? Like, so what was incentivizing them to give free stuff to their customers? Because
that was this.
Right. So that's what I want to know, though. So no one looked into, like, all these random businesses are like, come here and show us you had a vaccine and we'll give you free stuff. And I'm like, who's paying them to give you the free shit? Because businesses aren't just gonna. It's like every business on earth being like, it's your birthday today, come in our store and we'll give you something for free. Like, no. So who was incentivizing these people to give free product to people?
Hold. I don't want to change this subject, but I want to say, me, you, and Pryme, I got some dope beats for us, and we're gonna make it happen. I want me, you, and this tonight this is godsend shit. Sometimes you gotta come down and like you gotta rap together. And Pryme's been telling me about you, and yo, Supreme. I always tap into all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just it was the right place, right time, and like I feel like hip hop now, like how you said earlier, this year, all that fucking copywritten dumb fucking jibber jabber bullshit is falling out. There's they want real rap back.
They want the feeling, that punch in the chest.
That.
Remember when you used to hear, let's a good example, let's say Army of the Pharaohs, okay? When they dropped and they were coming out, that shit when they first came out was like getting punched in the chest when you listen to their shit. It was like boom, it hammered you. It was like filled you up and just you got this energy and all this shit that's gone in hip hop right now. The only one who's doing that right now is Nems. And Nems is Nems, right? You know what I'm saying? Bing bong or whatever the fuck. Even Nems had to come up with a catchphrase and go on TikTok to bring it to a next fucking level, right? You know what I'm saying? So these other dudes who have no spit, their time is like they're being pushed into the back because I know the fans want that punch you in the chest shit again. They want that they want to feel that fucking aggression because like this whole smooth rapping, like whipping in the kitchen and these big paws, man. Smack. Get the
How about
out
like
of here.
how about like the let's talk about the and I'm not talking shit about anybody in particular, but if it fits your fucking
Yeah, pretty much.
character, whatever, I don't give a fuck. You know who the fuck I am. You come see me in the hood. How about like the lack of like beats and bars with like as far as like drum samples and cuts and
Don't
like,
get me started on the loops, bro. I
like,
only
so
recently
much,
found
yo,
out they're called loops. They got a
There's so
dope
much-
loop.
There's so much shit that I heard Pryme do that I was like, this is so dope. And I heard it and I reposted it and I'm like, why the fuck doesn't this have 10,000 fucking views right now? Like it bothered me. Like and then Pryme posted my shit and he's like, yo, your shit is dope, bro. Like, cause me and Pryme talk, like Pryme's my fucking brother. I ride out for this motherfucker right here. You know what I'm saying? Like he calls me right now, he's got a problem. I'm gonna pull up at his crib if there's an issue. Whether I'm fucked up or not, I'm gonna pull up with him. And like he says the same thing to me. He's like, Wes, like I posted your shit and like it's not clicking. There's something wrong with the it's generational, bro.
Well, it's the shares, man. It's so because of the stupid algorithms, your music doesn't actually get out to everybody. You need the shares, so you need to have that circle of people that just slurp and just who will just share the fuck out of it, and that's where it all happens. It used to just be you'd put it out and it would blast it to everybody's page and everybody would see it, but now nobody sees it unless people are sharing it. So you almost have to physically put it in people's DM and then say, yo, I just dropped this, or tag them all in it or whatever. And
remember back in the day on YouTube, right? You could go on YouTube and you could fucking message the people on YouTube, your subscribers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they took that away. Like, yo, I used to get thousands and thousands and thousands of views. Now I struggle to get a couple hundred.
Yo, like, look at when we dropped Gods on the Mic, we dropped special updates. These were all like 2012, 2013 videos, but they easily hit 30, 40, 50,000 views. Like, special updates went up in the hundreds of thousands. But with no major promotion, we didn't pay anything for it, nothing like that. But because you just put it out and the music was dope, so because everyone saw it on their page, then everyone got a chance to see it and be like, oh, this is dope. But now, like, I put out records and people are like, yo, dude, I didn't even know you put out an album. And I'm like, I made 50 posts about it. And they're like,
that's a good. The algorithm in this shit is funny style, man. Because if you're not at 10,000 followers, you get cut in half. Matter of fact, the bare minimum was like I think 100 people could see your posts if you're under 10K or some shit like that. And that was based on just one post. And that's not even if you tag people in it. If you tag people in it, I think it actually allows more people to see it. But if you're at 10K, that's when the perks kick in. That's when they know you're an asset to the Instagram, because that's when they start asking you, we'll promote this and do this and do this and that. And that's when people can start seeing your post. So it's like it's pretty much it's bullshit with the algorithm, and it hurts real artists shit.
It's all pay for play shit, bro.
And we all just keep doing it because the only avenue we have to be heard is through social media. So without social media, we're completely irrelevant, even though being on social media means you're a slave and you're always being censored. So you're essentially being dehumanized all the time. you know. And dude, I could go in off about all this forever because of the apathy that the music industry shows, because everybody's only concerned about themselves, their views, their followers. We're not looking at it as a whole and what it's doing to the entire industry and us as a society as well, by allowing these fucking corporations to just censor us. Like Canada is pushing through their internet censorship bill right now, which means in a week, you guys I won't be able to see most of what anybody's posting if it's not coming from in Canada, because I live in a communist country now.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I have so many fans from Canada that just follow me personally, and they're like, yo, I just saw this shit, it's so dope. But it's like, it's streamed like internationally, and like, nope, they don't fucking see it. It gets segregated in like a standpoint, and it's fucked up, bro. It's mad fucked up.
Because it's like, again, like Pryme was saying, it's all about pushing you to keep playing their game and paying them money to get more followers and more promotion, because if people aren't seeing your stuff, then you're gonna pay to get one of those promoted, sponsored posts. I can't even do those. They won't even let me do it.
Why do you think MySpace died out? You know what I mean? MySpace was the shit.
Because MySpace was pushing real music to people.
Yeah.
Like, my shit was going viral in the early 2000s because of MySpace. There was house parties in Manhattan.
Yo, it was crazy. It was such a cool time.
Shit.
But
yeah, because MySpace, you didn't have to pay. You didn't have to pay to play. You know what I'm saying? You got to fucking be able to post your music on the actual page, the profile.
Views. You could see how many people were listening and playing your shit. And it was like, you guys remember the magic in that? Like being in, I remember prior to MySpace, we were always talking about, man, as an artist, it sucks because websites were so expensive back then to get made and built. It was like, man, what are we going to do without a website? And then all of a sudden MySpace came around, and it was like a place, it was magic. It was like, yo, we can like connect with other artists. We can put our music up. We can, you know, promote it. And people, hey, where can I check your music? Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Pow. Plays as soon as they go to the page and starts playing your shit.
Yeah, that shit was dope, yo.
It was crazy. But that was the difference between us and so many others, is that we existed before that happened. And then we were there to transition into it. We weren't born into a world of digital instant gratification like all these, these newer guys are, right?
We weren't plugged into the Matrix. We were like that. We were the Morpheuses of the fucking game.
Yeah. Selling CDs on the street corner in the rain generation, right? With a waterproof backpack where your CDs wrapped up in 3 plastic bags inside of your backpack.
And hand them out and just give them the
corner in the rain. Selling CDs. Yo, you listen to hip hop? You listen to hip hop? $10 holler, bro. $10 holler. This is the dopest shit you'll ever hear in your life. I swear. You know what I mean? For your money back.
Bro, look.
Yo.
You see this?
Yeah.
You see that right there? That's why, like, yo,
what is it?
Make a lot of connections.
Business card?
Business card. Yo, he pulled up to my show in Brooklyn. There was like 200 people there, and he was giving business cards out, and like, honestly, that was the best. That was the best promo. Like that live in Brooklyn we had. It was like almost like 8 Mile. I don't want to say that, but it was like people were like, yeah, and I was fucked up. It was the vibe. And it was like people from like 25 to 45 to 50 something, and they were vibing. They came off when I came off stage. They was like, yo, I heard what you said. Like, because people were listening. Like, there's such a disconnect with hip-hop now, bro. There's such a disconnect. It's so sad, bro. But it's good that we can connect through here. That's like, yo, fuck all this shit, like all this social media shit, but on some real shit, at least we can connect and talk shit and like and preach the truth, because I feel like so many people just want to hear like what everybody wants to fucking get fed. They want to hear like, oh yeah, that guy put this thing out, like you said. Like, they're putting out albums with art that it doesn't even make sense with the art. Like, it
looks like a tarot card or something. It looks like the artwork is all weird, and then one person does it, and then everybody copies the same style, and then the album cover, the album work. What does this have to do with the album? It's a bunch of random images collaged, and there's things over people's faces, and it's all weird, man. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not that someone did it. it's that one person does it, and then everybody has to. Here, I gotta keep my head in front of this fucking light bulb here. It's like one person does it, and it pops, and then everybody has to do it. Like remember when it was cool for like a year or so to your album cover to look like a 4-year-old drew it, and then now it's like a masterpiece.
I don't know.
That's out now. That's out now.
No, like,
See that's what I'm trying to do. Go ahead, Pryme. What happened?
Nah, he said like keep the light. I was trying to keep the light. A dope thing that Craig G had told me one time is that like if you notice like Craig G always be like this, right? He said like, yo, the mysterious is a great element. Keep people intrigued, you know what I'm saying? That was a dope thing that Craig G told me, and I think Marley Marr told him that shit, yo. That was a dope ass fucking piece of information.
This everything Pryme says is old.
Everything, yo.
Like everything he says is just old. He's like my girl's grandson's Marley Marr, Craig G. Like
yo, but see that
except his sneakers, but he has sneakers that a 21-year-old would wear.
Exactly. Yo, when Pryme came to my crib, like we literally, like he said, we ate a bunch of mushroom bars and we were drinking Hennessy and we recorded. I said, yo, let's try to put 4 songs right now.
How do you record on mushrooms, bro?
I don't know. We did it. we were writing, and I was like, we're gonna do this, right? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna do this right now. Writing and recording, and it was amazing. Like it was like we have one of them joints on the Dame Diablo WesNihil album. We took one of the joints that we had, and I re-recorded them at Don Chigro. Shout out to Don Chigro, Grammy Award winning fucking Don Chigro. Like we went to the studio and laced it because we took a piece of what we had and just were like, all right, let's bring it there. Like take the best track that we had of the 4 and just bring it to the next level. Because it's like, yo, a lot of people don't want to hear real hip hop, man, and that's sad. But it's like, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like we're doing it. We are doing it.
Yo, shout out to Jamil Honesty stepping up.
Yo, Jamil, man, peace, brother.
Peace.
Well, that's why we would, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad we was able to.
Them dudes making hip hop. Like when I heard Jamil Honesty for the first time, I didn't know shit about him. I heard one of the joints off Martyr Music 2, and I was like, this was hip hop, and that was it. There's them dudes. Baltimore is doing it. Like you got Jamil, Grams, Ill Conscious, J Royale, Dirt Platoon. All of them make hip hop. No,
I'm actually on the Guy Grams.
Boom. Every time
I'm on the Guy Grams vinyl. Like like Guy Grams, that's a good dude. Rapper,
yeah, facts.
Right there, man. That's the home.
Yeah, that's all fam, no facts. Jamil's a beast.
It was Grams and Dirt Platoon that put me on the Pryme because Grams to me was, I'm doing an interview tonight. I checked the interview out, and then that's how I got put on this Supreme in the first place, was from the interview he did with them. So
yeah, those are good brothers. I did a lot of shows with them guys, like everywhere, like fucking and here in fucking Pennsylvania, Jersey. Fucking Guy Grams is a good dude.
He's a real dude.
So they work their asses off, yo. They deserve everything. That
you can tell a lot about these dudes just by having a conversation and just see and feel out the reflection between the artist and the music, or you know what I mean? Like how representative is the music of the artist as a person, right? Which is always what I look for. I want to find artists where when I listen to their music, or if I meet them, or if I have the opportunity to talk to them, I was like, yeah, that's very definitive of the two together. Whereas there's a lot of shit where you hear the music, but then you meet the artist and it's very different. And I'm like, you know what? It's off-putting to me when I'm like, it seems too characterish for me. I'm not really into character rap. I want like real shit from here, right? Like, you know what I mean?
That's our song.
Yo, facts.
That's a song I'm gonna do. I'm not into the character rap.
Facts. Yo, but we definitely, like, not to cut it short, cause we been here for a minute. Yo, but like definitely, like we definitely got. I'm glad we get get this together and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad Pryme was on the show. I'm glad he could bring through y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all all good dudes and shit. You know what I mean? Words you already know. And straight up, definitely want to work on a project with y'all though. Like definitely want to hear some shit. We get some shit together.
I want to bring Nile onto the Supreme Beings album. Let's find a spot for him somewhere in there and let's bring him in, get him on the record.
Much love.
Facts.
Yeah.
Fact. Yo, with that, I'm definitely gonna, me and you gonna chop it up too, Wes. Like, you know what I mean? On another note and shit, cause you got a lot to say too. So I'm glad we all got to chop it up. But yeah, definitely gonna wrap it up and shit. I'm gonna put the shit on YouTube. You know what I mean? Y'all could all push it, and everybody can hear what y'all have to say about the hip hop scene and shit too. But yeah, definitely appreciate y'all time and shit, man. Yo, the bars were fire, man. Y'all definitely made my Friday. Yo, it was a shitty ass week, but y'all made my Friday straight up.
Yo, I told you I worked my ass off this week. I was like fucking like don't fall asleep, yo. But,
Don't fall asleep.
This shit.
Yo, Vic, bro, go to bed, bro. Yo, Vic, I'm gonna holler at you when I get off here, man. I know you watching. But yo, Wes, man, it was I mean, we just connected, so that was a pleasure, bro. It was good spending bar with you, talking some real shit with you. My daughter's been right here telling me to get the fuck. She's like, I'm trying to go to bed. Relax. So,
peace to everyone, bro. Peace to Jamil Honesty. Peace to everybody. Peace to hip hop.
Peace to hip hop.
Everyone to tap in and
Supreme, I appreciate.
Peace out, Jack.
Love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it.
No doubt. But make sure everybody follows everybody, you know what I'm saying? Follow Pryme, you know what I mean? Follow WesNihil, follow WordsisBack, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna chop it up. We're gonna definitely chop it up with you, Wes, you know what I mean? We gonna figure out a date and get this shit popping, man. Cause you got some dope shit too. And
I appreciate it.
I would like to get
the
Invaders up too, yo. They just did their Snow Goons joint on the Goon Mode album.
Nice. Yeah. I think you told me about that shit too. But yeah, we definitely gonna do that too. But yeah, we definitely gonna work on some project and shit, man. Appreciate y'all time and shit. It's mad late. It's like 1 o'clock.
Hell yeah.
But yo, I appreciate y'all. And yo, we gonna chop it up after the show and shit.
Definitely, man.
Definitely.
Much love.
Yo. No
peace.
Doubt, yo. Y'all appreciate y'all.
Sir.
Peace.
Sir, peace.
Shout out to WesNihil, Pryme Prolifik, you know what I mean? WordsisBack. Shout out to everybody that was tuned in, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely a great show, man. I loved all the feedback. I love talking to everybody. Be sure to follow all them. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to subscribe to the new YouTube channel, like I said before, so you can check this interview when I post it up and shit. Definitely looking forward to working with them on some music and shit, cause that shit, yeah, they got some bars. You heard that. I'm gonna run that shit. I'm gonna throw that shit up so y'all can hear the bars for anybody that missed it. Shit was dope. But yeah, once again, and also shout out to the sponsors, you know what I mean? Snow Goons, Creative Juices Music, At Least Out International, Blazemo Radio, Smile the Ghetto Child, Vinyl Frontier, the usual suspects. But yo, I hope y'all all have a great night, great weekend, and I'll check y'all next week. Peace.